of the night. 32 years of age, 15th season, sees the final at last. He's got Levi Ashcroft, Sam Marsh.
Hello guys, welcome back to my videos, and we are going to watch Geelong versus Brisbane Lions. Obviously you guys can't see it because I'll be copyrighted and that stuff. So you're able to hear the game, but like you're not able to see it. So that's on YouTube's end, that's not on my end, that's not my rules. Anyway, let's just get straight into the video.
Marshall and Ty Gallop as young bucks stepping out on their journey, tasting it all for the first time. The richness of September comes in the build-up to the side.
The Australian Football League and Premier partner Toyota welcome you to the 2025 Toyota AFL Final Series and tonight's second qualifying final between the Geelong Cats and the Brisbane Lions. The AFL acknowledges the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, the traditional owners of the land we gather on today, and pay our respects to our elders past and present. We acknowledge we play our great game on this land and respect the cultures of all First Peoples, their contribution to our nation and contribution to the game of Australian rules football. To conduct an official welcome to country, here's Uncle Colin Jr.
I'd like to start by acknowledging that this evening we are meeting on the lands of my ancestors, the Wurundjeri people. And I'd like to take this opportunity to pay my respects to my elders, both past, present and emerging, elders from all nations, but I particularly want to pay my respects to everyone gathered here this evening. But I always like to acknowledge the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island people joining us and pay my respects to them also. Wominjeka welcome. Wurundjeri Bullock, Yemen Kondi Bik. The Wurundjeri people welcome everyone to land today. Wurundjeri no, Buddha War, Kondi Nangak, Dubban Bik, Bullock, Chilikan. The Wurundjeri people want to look after and protect the land as they did long before. Wurundjeri country extends from the inner city of Melbourne. It goes across the mountains of the Great Dividing Range, west to the Werribee River, south to the Mordialloc Creek and east to Mount Borbor. And the Wurundjeri people are part of the Kulin Nation and of the Wagwong language group. And while you're on Wurundjeri country, you're welcome to the traditional lands and the waterways of the Wurundjeri people. So Wominjeka welcome, enjoy the game. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Uncle Colin. If you are able, would you now please rise, remove your hats and join with the coaches, players and umpires for the Australian National Anthem to be performed tonight
Sorry
by
guys,
Kai.
I can't stand up. I got a busy room, so I'll just sit down. But I'll turn over the back.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is good by sea, our land abounds in nature's gifts, our beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Alright guys, I'm just gonna skip the rest of the talk.
The roar of 90,000 strong at the end.
They're about to start in
An
1 minute.
obvious style of footy that no question. 100 uncontested marks seems. No question. 100 uncontested marks seems to be that magical number. Can Geelong defend that? Do they want to defend it, or are they just prepared to go head to head with them? What we do know is that they've both got great styles of football that hold up so well.
Lions are the best away team in the competition. They've won their last 5 games here at the G comfortably. Harris Andrews wins the toss. They'll go to the punt road. I just love the fact that we spent 6 months of the season working out who gets to play finals, and then if you qualify for the top 4, you get the opportunity to set yourself up with a home prelim, and that is half the battle towards getting to the flag.
It is indeed. So matchups become so critical. Both teams go back into their huddles, and then just a couple that we're watching for. So we know that Mullen and O'Connor are up the sleeve of Chris Cotton. If he wants to go defensively, he can. We know that Hugh McCluggage has such a massive impact, but there's a whole wealth of talent through the middle of the ground that's going to be challenging for both sides to try and contend with. Atkins has been a superb player for the Geelong Footy Club, and he just looks like he's tailor-made for this high-pressure contest, and Dunkley does the same thing for the Brisbane Lions at the other end of the ground. Shannon Neal had a horror matchup with Harris Andrews back at GMHBA Stadium for one of the few times in the back half of this season, had his colours lowered in a big way, so we'll see whether they have that matchup again. There's so many possibilities, it's impossible to try and pick a winner. I just don't know which way to lean here, Jason.
Are you looking to do something with Harris Andrews? Normally we're talking about Tom Stewart. He hasn't rediscovered that form as yet. But as you say, if you allow Harris Andrews to run things, they look very comfortable down back the line.
Yeah, he was close to best on ground in the game last time. Two of his best 3 games have been against the 2 Geelong games. We're set, we're ready to go. Bailey Smith out on the wing.
Nearly 12 months on from a finals classic. These 2 great clubs are ready to go at it again. Place in the preliminary final at home up for grabs, and it's socket forward by Dunkley. That was Holmes hurdling and tripping Guthrie into the ground, courtesy of Archie.
Gaz, what goes through a coach's mind when you start Lockie Neal and Will Ashcroft on the bench?
Yeah, I reckon they thought he would have been set. Maybe Atkins goes to him, so they just wait for a minute or two. They've been getting the job done without him, so he and Will Ashcroft on the bench.
So Blitzarves is taking the ruck reins as expected. No doubt he and De Koning will be the pair that takes over from Stanley. Footy hasn't gone too far in the opening 30 seconds.
So Paddy Dangerfield in and around the footy early.
Blitzarves doing the ruck work, pulled it down, ran straight into Dunkley.
So we've got that match up at the other end of the ground. So Harris Andrews against Neal took 10 marks against Geelong, that round 15 contest.
Dunkley's gone to Dangerfield. And he all coiled up, the veteran champ. Fletcher, first clear disposal. Lions bring it inside 50. Stewart thwarts their efforts, as he has done for so many years. Humphries is his target.
So Berry's out here with Bailey Smith, started out on the wing. So Berry's just got responsibility for the champ.
Humphries took off, brings it up for Manor. Runs out wide, Bailey Smith. Dinks it up for Dangerfield, set him up. Starcevic made the spoil and the retrieve. Lions to set it up again. That's a good-looking kick on the angles. Henry made the spoiled day underneath. First involvement's a beauty. Charlie Cameron's a September specialist. And Charlie chuckles early.
So go back to centre wing here. It was Bailey Smith. The only knock on Bailey Smith throughout his career, he's a bit up and under, and there's the hand in the air saying, hey, that's on me. So he tried the short kick on centre wing and just sat it on top of Dangerfield's head. Starcevic was good enough to come across. At this stage, Charlie Cameron's starting to get up in the middle of the ground, but the turnover happens here. This kick is critically important, and you see by this stage Tom Stewart to the right. He's already gone, Charlie. Got the hand in the air, he's heading to goal.
Well, Tom Stewart had peeled off, and it was Logan Morris that had got across and made a 2-on-1. And then Sam Day played it really smart. He just crumbed it because he knew Morris was going to go up. He gets the loose ball, and it's a perfectly weighted kick to Charlie Cameron, and that's the ideal start from a Brisbane perspective.
It's his 48th finals goal.
Yeah, in his 24th final. Centre bounce up. Thorpe, but ripping it out of there, Holmes. Leading hard, Stengel. Not enough to be paid a mark. Gardner did the job. Fletcher. And there's a high one from Leicester. Blitzarves has to stand and wait. Bailey was a size mismatch. Can't quite pull the mark down. Dempsey feeding it out. Myers playing it back to O'Connor before they venture forward. Lions have gritted things out pretty well. Now he's off. Kicking into the pocket. Cameron wasn't quite sure whether to fly or not. Andrews, no such hesitation, and with direction to McCluggage, to Dunkley. Starcevic close. Very, very. No whistle other than for a baller.
Oh, I think he considered paying it because it was tucked under the arm. It was a hospital hand pass from Dunkley. You can see the left arm's free. He had every right to call that holding the ball.
Bailey to Berry at the source, dumps it down the wing. De Koning strides forth. Cats to reset through O'Connor. Dempsey has it, has a look at the deep targets, and he'll give them a chance to fly. Cameron in the middle.
So the Leicester matchup, and Cameron, and you see Harris Andrews, he gets occupied here now. he is the one that has spoiled one of the two incoming balls here, but you just see it's close in there that just makes a little nuisance of himself. Just gets some body on Harris Andrews, and then Big Jezza is able to get back and take the mark.
The All-Australian captain has been the centre of so much debate. He is the game's best goal kicker, and he starts with a blemish.
Oh, that is a bad miss. He did some really good early body work on Ryan Lester, who's been a good matchup for him. He would have wanted that one just to get his confidence up and running.
No one brings it in quicker than that man, Dane Zorko. Already has a plan to Ashcroft and then to Fletcher. There's some Geelong heritage. Oh, Stengel read the play, angled the kick. He won't miss this one. Cameron takes the mark. And we'll line up from almost point-blank range. Well done, Tyson Stengel.
Yeah, so this is their first attempt, Jace, at the uncontested mark game. And they were aware and awake to it, which is a great sign.
83 goals, 37 after that early miss. There's a winning finals record of 10 wins and 7 losses. He'd love to send the Cats into a home preliminary final. He starts with a goal to go with his behind, and the Cats take the lead.
Nothing better when you've just missed an easy one is to get a genuine sitter directly in front just to atone for that. And we know that they have one risk taker down back, and it's Dane Zorko, the Brisbane Lions. He is the one that is entrusted with picking off all sorts of kicks. You can see he wants to punch that low one, but Stengel's defensive work, his ability to read the play coming out of defence, knowing what Zorko wanted to do, results in the ball ending up in the arms of Jeremy Cameron.
Yeah, it's a great sign. Of all the things that have happened early in this piece, that just tells you heads in the game here, understanding exactly what the opposition are trying to do, take it away from them.
They score more points per game than any other team from forward half intercepts the Cats.
Dunkley now to Holmes with Dangerfield forwards. Blitzarves and Fort. Neal's after it out the side. Smith worried him out of it. Fort on the follow-up. Ball still in dispute. Blitzarves wrenched it clear for the Cats. Gives Jez another look. Will he roll and go deep? Neal's headed to the square. Now he goes shallow, and Dempsey in the hole.
He started magnificently, Jeremy Cameron. So you look at the matchup and you know how much faith they've got in Leicester. But it is one that could potentially get away from them, and he made a really smart decision to go to Dempsey too, because Neal was covered deep. Just a little chip into the hole to this dangerous goal-kicking wingman that they love to try and use at some stage forward of the ball.
Goals in 19 of 23 games as an elite winger. Ollie Dempsey, the test of the set shots, which he meets beautifully.
We've seen a few things sort themselves out at that last centre-bound stoppage, which Geelong, by the way, had 2-zip up. Mullen found his way to McCluggage. So Tom
Atkins started on him.
Yeah, he took responsibility for the first 5 minutes, and then at this last stoppage, it was Mullen that went to him. And then they found their way forward, and Ryan Lester just playing 5 metres off. Jeremy Cameron there, ball dropped short. And then you see Dempsey running hard from his wing position into a hole.
He's just about the smartest forward running player, Ollie Dempsey. His ability to read the right space and to get the timing right of when he pushes into that space.
Rayner into the centre bounce.
Goalless last time against the Lions. Ollie Dempsey has one early. Smith in there alongside Ashcroft.
O'Connor's gone with Rayner into the middle as well.
Former Cat in Fort got the tap down over Blitzarves. O'Connor, as you mentioned, in amongst it with Rayner, and it's no surprise he's been identified as a major enemy.
It's a great match-up, O'Connor, because he can take him as a half forward and also go into the middle with him.
He's been reinvigorated this year, the Irishman. Bowes, the dribble kick was effective to Martin. And one more grab than he would have liked, made the next phase difficult. Wilmot was on the job, but he held on too long. Free kick is coming back to Jack Martin. Third club, chance to play finals. He was able to do that a couple of times with the Blues. Fans it wide for O'Connor, and the next obvious one was the captain.
Gee, I like that. I like Mark O'Connor pushing forward. You know he's in there to do a job on Cam Rayner, but as soon as you win the ball, you've got to become an offensive threat. He just bolted forward, and he lost Cam Rayner. Cam Rayner looked up. He was 10 metres goal side of him, couldn't get back to cover, and now he finds Dangerfield.
I remember when they last met, it was Patrick Dangerfield's big night. It was supposed to be. It was his 350th. He kicked 3 behinds. Sure, that's tucked away in his memory somewhere, but he's got greater goals in mind. Unfortunately, that is going to fall short. He's there for the marking, but the defenders do their job. So the Cats have an 8-point advantage.
Zorko for Neil. His first look after 5 weeks off. Slips the hand pass away to Will Ashcroft. Down the wing, Dunkley. Dangerfield folds back. Dunkley couldn't mark, and Dangerfield's recovery was brilliant. Off to Bowes. Close is wide open. Gets it on the first bump. Has a look. Tried to screw it inboard, and Zorko was right there.
Gee, to let off, Dunkley was out. The Will Ashcroft kick just didn't have enough carry on it. They look dangerous when they create the turnovers, the Cats.
By 8 early. Packed MCG, a lone final at this ground in the first week. Neil does the ruck work. Dangerfield almost just eluded him. Bailey had to get rid of it in a hurry. Fletcher hemmed in. He took his chances and he's kicked it out on the full.
I think he was kind of hoping he went out of bounds there, so he didn't have to kick it, but he couldn't. Otherwise, he would have got pinged.
Guthrie on the re-entry. Bit of marking practice. Neil couldn't get there. Underneath close. They all got to him. Fort, the ruckman, does the tackling and wins holding the ball.
It's all in one half at the moment, Jace.
Yep.
They can't get out, though, which is a good sign for Geelong.
Zorko quickly identifies Leicester as the target. Cameron, he's leaping, running and setting them up. That one's gone over. He's got the taste for it, the All-Australian cap.
Well, you get a couple of kicks early, get a goal on the board. And you're right, his confidence is at an all-time high. And we don't often see him flying like that.
Have to get used to saying that, the All-Australian captain. Kick 4 on Leicester last time in that loss. Brisbane continues to ruck. Fletcher continues to watch on as Ashcroft brings it away to the wing. In front, Gallup takes the mark, looking to feed it back. Now they've turned it over. Dempsey has one already on the charge. Dangerfield, and this man is everywhere.
Gee whiz. That's a worry.
That was a great shepherd from Dangerfield.
Yeah.
So they had a big 2-on-1, and Danger played it beautifully, but Dempsey's the problem here. Dempsey out on that centre wing is finding all sorts of space, and I'm not talking 2 or 3 metres. He's been a real issue for them.
Well, Dempsey's one problem. Jeremy Cameron is another.
There's another goal for
His 85th goal
Jeremy
of the
Cameron.
season. And the Cats make an early statement.
Yeah, they're settled really well. They've got field positions, 9 inside 50s to 2. Their back half hasn't been tested at all, really. They've only had that 1 inside 50 where Charlie Cameron got out in the back. Everything else has been going Geelong's way. And it's just Ollie Dempsey on this far wing. He's been able to get forward at the right time. Fletcher's been able to find a bit of the footy as well, so I'm not sure that is the exact matchup.
He just took a calculated risk, as everyone followed the footy, and he thought, well, we've got decent representation, I'll back our boys to win it. He just stayed exactly where he was when that first stoppage happened, and then in the end he had 20 metres of space to himself.
And then smart by Patrick Dangerfield. Didn't give the free kick away, just positioned himself between Gardner and Jeremy Cameron.
De Koning and Day are the understudies in the ruck. Andy Smith towed it forward. Martin Sharp hands Atkins. Has options. He steered it out for Jez again. Doesn't give it. Hooks it instead. Near side.
And 3 goals for
2-2.
Tell you what else happened just then. De Koning in the ruck competed at centre bounce and put 30 metres on Darcy Ford, pushing hard forward.
They did ruck against each other in round 3. Wilmot plots a path on the way out. Will Ashcroft sending it out wide to the returning Lockie Neal. Testing out that calf, striving for a connection with Lohman. Humphreys saw to that from a Geelong point of view, and Berry and Manor follow it, not just towards the fence, but on top
guys.
as well.
Sorry, just
Boots.
interesting. He's just seeing a 3-way rotation between O'Sullivan, De Koning and Blitzarves. They're the ones, so the Blitzarves and De Koning are the ones rucking, and then O'Sullivan came on to play down back to relieve De Koning.
They are fortunate, aren't they, that Brisbane don't have a lot of renowned tall firepower. It does allow them to make those manoeuvres that Moons is talking about in the ruck without potentially losing too much.
Foot on the line. Stand, please.
Kick out on the full. So Berry, with the shoulder strapped up, dislocated it in Perth against Fremantle. It'll be tough during this final series. Long down the line, O'Sullivan, great positioning. Had a terrific year. Touched on the way through. Berry got rid of Close, didn't do it subtly enough. Now advantage for Manor. Back it comes to Close. Been on starvation rations for a couple of weeks at the end of the home and away season. Just 8 touches in each of his past couple. De Koning, Henry, it hangs. Rayner closed. Henry hangs on. Pulses raised. So Geelong looking for a bit of kick mark. Bows out the near side. Takes off. Found a little bit of space, invents the play up the line. Cameron's got 3 against. And Andrews, who dominated when last these 2 teams met, picks up the intercept work.
So Gardner had gone across onto Cameron, which means Leicester has others to deal with. He's dealing with Manor with ease. And now to Wilmot, gives them so much drive. Across half-back, as we've seen regularly, doesn't mind getting forward, kicking a goal either. To Neil. The snappy hands are all right, but they haven't actually taken much territory yet. Starcevic, another handball, getting more dangerous to Leicester. Now, some width. Fletcher with some time to think about where he's going to deliver. To Gallop.
Gee, they worked that well. They made that up as they went.
And he makes it up by making it out wide with the handball. Oh, long shot of goal was magnificent from Fletcher.
There were about 4 hand passes in that chain from half-back that all looked like it was going to put the receiver under pressure. They were good enough to handle it cleanly and then find an option. And when Zorko finally released the long one out to the wing, they had their space. But the give and the get, well, you can see this hand pass back in. Closed down very quickly. Over the top, closed down very quickly. Pressure coming from behind. Pressure straight in the face. But then they get it out eventually. It needed to be handled cleanly. It was. There's a beautiful ball in. And then hitting the target's not enough. You follow up. And have a look at this for a finish. Just what they needed.
Yeah, and Gallop did a good job there. Got outmarked earlier. O'Sullivan outmarked him body to body. He's going to have some opportunities. The finish from Fletcher was superb. The uncontested mark counts in favour of Geelong at the moment, which they've taken away one of the strengths of the Brisbane line. So being a bit imaginative and taking some risk paid off.
Geelong by 9 points. Fought out the back. Holmes was onto it. Atkins looking to pounce. Got knocked off it by Zorko. Kept away by De Koning. So a mad scramble for it. And the umpires decided to ball it. De Koning in thoughts. Bailey.
Back, Tom Atkins. Geelong. Tom Atkins. Split switch.
Umpire on the inside of that stoppage. Didn't like what he saw. Tipped on the way through. So Dangerfield's got to go. It might suit him. Lofts to the teeth of goal. No mark initially. Fletcher's working both ends. Taken to ground by Manor.
Pressure in the front half from the Cats has been really good. We talked pre-game about how well Brisbane scored from their back half when they've played Geelong. Pressure's up early.
Goalmouth scramble. Berry stripped of the ball. It's live. Just overran it. Close trying. Bodies pile in. Try even closer to the lines.
So right up, every single Geelong player in one half of the ground. Tom Stewart's got his favourite last player in the line, defensive position. This has got a Geelong look about it here.
How dense is this in the goal square? Fort, Berry, Bailey. There's danger in all of that. And the mark hugged in by Henry.
And that's not Brisbane. That's not what they want to do, just kick indiscriminately from their back half. But Geelong have forced them into it through their pressure. They've brought plenty of heat. Small forwards working really hard. No easy ball for the Lions coming out of defence.
A little brief period where he was the Cats' swingman, Jack Henry. Just 1 goal this year. In fact, he's searching for it now, but he's going to miss it by a fair margin.
Plenty of distance. It's always a concern, that hack off the ground deep in defence. Very hit and miss. Often better off just keeping that in tight, looking for another stoppage.
So 6 chains out of their back half here. So 6 times they've left and haven't been able to get it inside their own forward 50. That's a big win for Geelong.
The experienced heads, Zorko, Andrews, now Neil. Looks to cross the field through Andrews. He's got Wilmot on the near side. Final number 11 in game number 80. Dabs to Fletcher, who is getting busy, and Neil's on the patrol. Lions bring it long. It'll be O'Sullivan versus Morris. Morris the sit. Beautiful mark. And he'll go quickly enough. Or Holmes kept his wits about him. Atkins as a result. Neil's the target. Knocked over Fletcher. Couldn't do that.
It's one of those ones where Holmes was in the protected area, but he was telling the umpire he was getting out. Suddenly it was play on. Brisbane moving forward. Bailey, crisp handball. Ashcroft loves this ground. And Lohmann had the choice. And the mark was there for the taking.
So there's the cautionary tale for all Geelong supporters who are watching here or at home on the TV. You go, what scares us the most about Brisbane? If that's just what you've seen there. They went from one end of the ground to the other, and they've scored.
And these medium-sized, dangerous forwards are just that. If Lohmann can return to form in this is 50th game, and Brisbane will take some beating. They've just about caught the Cats up, back to 4.
Well, they used the corridor more than any. Nearly got turned over, but in the end, Zach Bailey was able to gather the ball. Didn't mark it cleanly, but gathered it. You see, coming off half-back, there's the hand pass, and there's the kick. Oh, that's dangerous. Yeah. But look at the payoff, risk-reward.
First time, Jace. So first time for the game that they've gone from their defensive 50 and made it all the way through to their forward 50, and they've scored. So it's been hard work. Cats have been great. That's a bit more what the Brisbane Lions want the game to look like.
50th game, 50th goal. Kai Lohmann dragged himself back to form against the Cats at GMHBA in the back half of the season. Been injury interrupted the whole way through. Fought and Blitzhouse. Blitzhouse sticks the tackle on Fort. Got stuck with the footy.
Bailey Smith just 2 possessions.
Atkins was right underneath, got it in the beak.
Mullen, hard tag on Huey McCluggage as well. McCluggage just had the 1 disposal.
They are close in at the stoppage. Bowes towed it up. Wilmot dragged down by Dangerfield. He was a sitting shot. Still they try. Will Ashcroft couldn't get a kick away. Fort just hacked it clear. Guthrie, I doubt it went 15, but maybe just to clear the area. Bailey Smith takes off. They closed on him a step to get around Charlie Cameron. O'Sullivan's the outlet, trying to get it back. Lohmann and Smith, test of strength. Smith did pretty well. Rayner's right there, couldn't release. Great one-arm tackle. Wins holding the ball, O'Sullivan.
That is a big win because Rayner's one of the strongest players in the game. It looked like they were going to be hurt on the turnover there, the Cats.
It was a great fight back, Chief, wasn't it?
That means they were going to pay the price for trying to get Bailey Smith into the game then.
Holmes into open space. Archie's dogging in pursuit, making no ground. Holmes didn't steady. Fluffed the kick. Starcevic.
Quickly turns it back Brisbane's way. Day is the target. Huge mismatch against Myers, who wins the ball and then was so surprised that he had.
Yeah, it's got to be better than that, Sam Day. You don't get too many matchups like that. A one-on-one against Brian Myers in the air. You've just got to use your bulk, use your strength out body and take the mark.
Brisbane have been inside 54 times and kicked 3 goals. 12 times from a Geelong point of view. So it's the territory game that's keeping the Cats in front here.
Blitzars puts it to the front. Berry, Atkins, immersing his Blitzars on the follow. It hangs a long time. Martin eyed it all the way. And hugs it in beautifully, Jack Martin. Overtures from the goal square by Bowes and Manor. And he's going to go back and have a longer look at things.
It's a big hole in front that Hugh McCluggage is now just filling up as well. So it's the only spot they can get done from an uncontested mark point of view. So maybe he's going to have a look at it, Jack Martin.
The 30-year-old played his first game of the year in round 13. The Cats had a plan, a long-term plan, which he says involves not just this year, not just this final series, but in the years beyond. His talent never doubted. The kick just falls short. The Cats 8 scoring shots to 3, but the lead is just 4.
He's got a tough start. Ryan Lester got his hands full with Jeremy Cameron. Cameron goes off, then he gets led to the footy, and it's Jack Martin that takes the contested mark.
Starcevic searching for the right targets. Now all pretty well manned. So long to the contests. Close from all angles. Knocked away from Day by DeConing. Ground ball. Gardner had it ripped away by Atkins. Paddled on. and then stuck the tackle. Nobody does that better.
23-13.
Record number of tackles in the home and away season. And again, a dense stoppage inside Geelong's 50. Who can get on the move, create something. Neil tried to put it into space, guarded to Berry, smothered by Martin, totally committed, and holding the ball with a tackle from behind.
Gee, the pressure's relentless from the Cats. This is brilliant to watch.
Density though inside 50. Atkins sets it up for the leapers. Henry had a big leap from the side. Underneath, O'Shea Mullen has kicked his first goal after 7 behinds across the years. And all of his teammates have been riding that moment. He'd had 5 looks this season and some of them have been pretty elementary. He snaffles it in a qualifying final, and that will reverberate all the way to County Mayo.
It will indeed, and the smile on his face will be one of the enduring memories of this finals campaign. The other point, which is just as significant, is he's kicked it plain on Hugh McCluggage, who's just had 1 possession for the quarter. So not only is he getting the job done from that point of view, he's now been able to hit the scoreboard on him. So magnificent work. They did work hard. Jason spoke about their pressure. If they don't, the ball gets swept down and they're in all sorts of trouble at the other end, so they need to maintain that level of intensity. Great result for Mullen.
Still doesn't have a home and away goal, but he has a finals goal to his name.
It's a great challenge now for Hugh McCluggage to work his way through, though.
Played on plenty of the big names this year. It's Neil was a whisker away from getting the takeaway. Instead, it's Smith going to Cameron again. Leicester left, but was hapless and helpless against Jeremy Cameron.
So Brisbane are relying on ball movement for everything, right? So their whole game, their 3 goals have all come from ball movement from their back half. 4 centre-bounce clearances to none at the moment in favour of Geelong gives them territory, gives them 16 inside 50s to 4, gives them 9 scoring shots from the 16 entries, and now Jeremy Cameron with the opportunity to kick his 3rd. Centre-bounce is an issue.
What a start it's been so far. Jeremy Cameron already 4 scoring shots. This is going to be line ball. Post ball as it turns out. It's 2 goals, 3 for the quarter. His 18th final. 2 grand finals. And the premiership with the Cats, of course. The ex-Giant.
Good monster to clearance the Brisbane Lions. 10-5 clearances, 4 zip out of the middle. They're going to get the work.
That last one was hit or miss from Lachie Neale. He bolted, flat stick. It had to be perfect to come off, otherwise he's way out of the contest.
Got the right kick mark this time on the way out. Dunkley on the zigzag, just got it to Fort.
Stand!
Cats clog up the corridor.
Sure, Darcy's going to pick him
No.
off in the middle of the ground.
You don't want him looking in the middle, do you?
Just take the territory. Dunkley, good rise. He'll roll and go. So a rare entry. Will it turn into another score or goal? Morris trying to create the play. Henry in the tackle, released. O'Connor clears the area. Cameron's there again. Leicester jarred it out of his grasp. Dunkley overwhelmed. Thrown in.
Well, finally they get a little bit of territory. The Lions, Geelong have been all over them from territory point of view. Their turn to work really hard, keep it in their 4 half. Let them get set up behind the ball, take some pressure off Ryan Leicester.
Blitzarves to the front. Dunkley getting busy underneath. Berry, Neale, the prime movers involved. Neale's kick's not much chop this time. O'Connor hacked it. Fort ends up with it, or not quite. Had it for a moment and lost it. Blitzarves, Smith, Dempsey, close. Dangerfield's on down the line. Kick goes in front of him a bit too strong. It favours Archie, who's got the sliced kick to Wilmot. Looking for a bit of run. He
danger.
pops it up. Oh, great hands, Rainer.
There certainly was of steel. He's up on his feet quickly too. Blitzarves has pushed back to fill the hole. They come for him and for the footy. O'Sullivan and Dempsey committed. Blitzarves, O'Sullivan jolts out. What a trap from Zorko. He's deep. He's trying to feed Cameron, but look at Henry like a steam train. Comes out of there to close. Cats on the move again. Down the line to Dangerfield. He takes it. And now he presses pause.
Ryan Lester's looking for quarter time here, big time.
He can't win a contest at the moment.
Dempsey on a bit of ground given.
It's a bit of 15 on the clock here. Archie's gone back behind the footy for the Brisbane Lions.
And Darcy Gardner's the one with the roll on Jeremy Cameron now.
So
Just saw there, Leicester just changed the matchup with McCluggage just because he didn't want to go with danger.
Took off, pumps it in. Cameron's the target. Spoils are made underneath Wilmot. Taken, good tackle. Got it to his boot. Slung it away. Good gather to Koning. Jez couldn't get the purchase. So count that as a shot, I suppose. He's had 6 shots in the first term for 2 goals.
The 12-point margin, Brisbane would take all day long here. Every single number, 17 inside 50s to 6 at this stage.
I reckon I've seen half a dozen contests in this first quarter, 50-50, where the Lions haven't been prepared to put their body right behind the ball. They've gone in full pace, trying to take it out cleanly and keep going. But if you don't get it, you're straight out of the contest.
Oh, what a kick from Zorko. That can change plenty to Bailey. How precious a late goal with 20 seconds to go. Dunkley has the task. There's 4 Cats ahead of him, so a quick kick like that should favour the defence. And Henry, who has really led the charge back there, was able to take the mark. So the Cats dominated Brisbane earlier in the season in that opening round game, or round 3, when they first met this year. Brisbane were able to work their way back into the game and ran out pretty comfortable winners. They're going to have to come from behind again. What an opening term from the Cats. 10 scores from 17 entries, but that turned into 4 goals 6, led by Jeremy Cameron. Brisbane 3 straight 18. And so it's a 12-point margin to the Cats. The prize is huge. It's a home preliminary final. This first week of finals, magnificent weather. There'll be so much to dissect come Monday night on AFL 360.
Okay guys, we're gonna pause it there because it's a 5-minute break. Might as well do something for 5 minutes. So Jeremy Cameron kicked 83 goals. No one squared him up, didn't he? The most marks is the St Kilda player, but St Kilda not playing finals, so I don't know if it counts for finals as well. Darcy Moore got 6 marks and 9 intercept marks. Doesn't make sense. You got 6 marks and 9 consent. I don't think the 9 marks are being added. Disposal, it's Nick Dacos, so he's in the final. So how much is disposal this season? This round? Probably not much. Alright, should they be back now? 2 minutes. So Jeremy Cameron has already scored 83 goals this season, so he's already kicked another 2. That makes him scored 85. He could reach 100 end of the season. Last game when Collingwood played LA Crows, Nick Dacos had 24 disposals, 7 tackles, and 96 AFL fantasy. Okay, interesting. "28 seconds, so they should be back." They should be. I think KO's down.
Just get a little minute or 2 to think about it. Maybe prick the pride a little bit, Jace. Throw the challenge down. O'Connor, he's got the match up with Rayner and going with him everywhere.
Wherever he goes, yep.
Heavyweight start, befitting the occasion. Brisk September night at the G. The Cats by 12 points. We have learned anything about these tussles, though, in recent times, is that they go the distance. Rucks shared it. Atkins, O'Connor, into space. Humphreys, Smith. Nowhere to go, and he's coughed it up. Dunkley chose the kick, and it was inventive and worked. Bailey's going to get 50. He'll get a free kick, Lohman, down in the square against Stewart.
Yeah, so that's way off the footy. We'll find that for you. So Tommy Stewart's a bit bemused by it all. He must have been trying to make a lead, I would imagine.
I thought it was for interference around the mark because there are a couple of Cats close to where Bailey was.
Lohman for his second, and the Lions get what they needed.
Well, there's a player, Kyle Lohman, that we know he's capable of some really sensational things. He's had a quiet year. To get him in the game early, to get him firing at this time of the year means a hell of a lot to Brisbane, particularly when they're getting limited opportunities.
Have a look at it. We'll find out exactly what it was. So here's Tommy Stewart, bottom left.
Wow.
Lost his feet, and the umpires pinged it. That's just... I don't want to say it, but that's not what you're paying finals for. Back to the middle, though. 5-zip still. Oh, they've given that, actually, ended up giving that to Brisbane. They did have it down as 5-zip, but it come out the centre wing. So maybe they give a little cheap one there. You take it.
They're having a laugh about it too. He knows he got away with one, Kyle Lohman.
So it's such a difficult and interrupted season, but what a start with 2 goals. Bailey, one in the middle there. Holmes riding him all the way. So for all their domination in many categories, the Cats' lead is just 6th out. Fort, Bailey, heads up handball to Neil. Tries the same to Loman. No looker to Berry. They're getting a bit fancy. O'Connor dropped it. Rayner shadowed him. And the umpire ticks that off. As a rushed.
Lockie Neal's just starting to get a little bit busy here in this game. Starting to get some run and flow and get through the contest.
Just feels a little different, doesn't it, at the start of this quarter?
Well, was best on ground in the preliminary final on his way to the Gary Ayres medal. Andy Smith trying to find a way. Had to go for the yardage. Knocked away from Blitzarves. Ground ball to be dealt with. It spills Brisbane's way. Archie through the traffic. Loman tried to knock it on. Didn't quite work. De Koning, Blitzarves, Atkins combine. Trickles it straight to Wilmot though. But he's kicked smothered by Myers. Gallup has a go. So too Zorko. Archie's got space. It's shut down by Guthrie. Desperate acts all over.
Big smothers. Big smothers from a Geelong point of view. A little bit of fancy stuff by Loman there. So Bailey and Neil through the middle of the ground. Just a little bit of a different... Well, we know McCluggage didn't find it the first quarter, so they're just getting a little bit of different complexion.
Deficit trimmed to 5. And the Lions attacking. Bailey had a mind to get through. Neil couldn't distribute.
He's starting to look dangerous, Zach Bailey, isn't he? He's on the move all the time.
He's got Max Holmes, so Holmes is the matchup, and he's having to work really hard defensively.
He's got 8 possessions, Bailey, already.
Corner in the vice-like grip of Will Ashcroft.
Blitzarves, the Cats' leading disposal winner at this stage. Zorko, no surprise for the Lions. The hands were nifty from Myers, but straight back to Neil. Kept it away from Atkins, so it's Fletcher's call. And he goes for the hot hand of Floman, but just a little too heavy and a little too hot. The dependable Zach Guthrie. Dangerfield realising, I think too late, that the kick was designed for him. Manor. Cameron a little out of position. Gardner first play on this, dropped the mark. Stengel. Big arc. Long kick. Shannon Neal ready to rise. Andrews. Cameron back to close. And no, into the post. It wraps. And the Cats so close again.
Talk about that Harris Andrews and Shannon Neal matchup. Shannon Neal hasn't touched the footy.
It's a big spoil, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Running back with the flight.
Huge.
Dunkley bites off the shorts. Fletcher. And a stack of it in the opening term. This is disposal number 11 coming up. Fletcher just pulled up. Dunkley again. Trying to work away around the worn wing. Stewart's pretty well set for the intercept. Didn't mark, did get the free kick.
Yeah, well, they were really set up on the other side of the ground for a change of direction, so they were going to be outnumbered down the line, and this guy reads those cues better than probably anyone in the competition.
O'Connor getting some of his own footy, and Stewart stays on the wraparound. Guthrie's the outlet. The Cats have got it well set down the members' wing. Blitzarves is the target, and he'll be able to link it up. Gives it to Mullen, has a look at the targets, set it up deep. Neil knocked away by Andrews.
He's playing 5 metres in front. He's prepared to run back with the flight, read it, and he gets those magnificent spoils in.
Zorko's quick kick in, the holding call.
Well, he saved them twice, really. Both times that was just pure ball movement from Geelong, from one end to the other. They are stretching. I'll get Moons to keep an eye on Darcy Fort. He's going to have his tongue hanging out because De Koning and/or Blitzarves, whoever it is, really stretching him around the ground.
So Berry back in the team. Just missed the one game. With help with the pre-finals bite. Skipped its way through to Loman. Far from perfect. Neil. Bit of a standoff with Stengel. Lester has to bash his way out of there. The Cats lead is 7.
So what they do with Shannon Neal, I like this. He's now got up the ground and Andrews has gone to Cameron. So I don't mind that.
Smashed down. Zorko didn't really want it. Fletcher from the side. Manor.
Right now you hope that Neil can Well, Leicester just folds over and takes Cameron back. So
and then he
Leicester
calls
was
Darcy
very quick to
Gardner.
run off there, too.
He just called Gardner back then.
So the rearrangements behind the ball continues. They're set now. Zorko, Dempsey, they better be, because here comes the footy, and Leicester playing well in front. Hangs onto the juggling mark and wants to switch straight away, which he does to Archie, and arrives safely enough.
Harris Andrews running out wide. The captain goes unrewarded for the moment, although Fletcher might give it to him.
He's playing a game, Fletcher.
So this uncontested mark game we talk about a lot is just etching up. 100's a magical number for them. They're up to now 40.
Fletcher.
That's aggressive.
Up to a contest in centre field. Fort set himself, took the mark. Quick release was a good one. Will Ashcroft spreads it to Berry, eyes the big sticks, and finds the targets.
You want to talk about being aggressive with your ball movement, Gaz. That is a perfect example. So Fletcher's on the back flank, and Darcy Fort leads into the middle of the ground where there's traffic, where there are Geelong players. But Fletcher just says, I'm going to kick them a ruckman in the air, but I'll back him in the air. He takes the mark, and then they've got the runners. That is aggressive ball movement.
Yeah, I loved it, Jace. This is their DNA. This is,
look at that. There's a couple of Geelong players there.
Yeah, but the sides, I don't know whether he summed up the manner versus Ford really quickly and said, I'm prepared to go there. But the fact that he did is just supreme confidence. And then Ford upended his part of the bargain by taking the contested mark and didn't sit on it. And that's what Brisbane do better than anyone. They don't sit with the ball in their hand. They get it moving and moving on. So they've had a really good opening 5 to 10 minutes of this second quarter.
Yeah, kicked the first two. Jared Berry, what a return from him. And that shoulder injury. Holding up so far. Fort being held up.
Just continue to take aggressive kicks to the lines, and it's paying off.
Up quickly, the numbers underneath swelling. Battled away Mullen. Overrunning at Manor. Ashcroft, the fumble from Zorko. Plenty of havoc in there. Holmes got a quick kick and a good kick out of there. And again, the ball just doesn't land where Shannon Neal predicts. And goes on its way through for yet another Geelong behind. Look at that scoreline now. 4-9-33 to 5-1-31. It's the sort of scoreline we associate with Brisbane more often, isn't it, at the Gabba?
And nearly double inside 50s as well. So this has been a terrific response from Brisbane.
Leicester's having a devil of a night. Dempsey should have worked the turnover. Hand pass to Close. He checks his kick, and Cameron will get another look.
Again, strong in the contest. It was Dempsey. Jared Berry went to ground. They have been better in those 50-50 contests, the Cats.
And they look dangerous when they go in. They've been able to find a marking target. 8 marks inside the first quarter we spoke about. You're just about backing from here, Jeremy.
It's his 18th final. He's kicked 35 goals in them, including the 2 so far tonight. Cameron, for his third, he didn't quite get that the way he would have liked. And Fort knocks it through. So 2-3, 1 out of bounds and 1 rushed.
Could have marked it, Darcy Fort, and didn't get a lot on the swipe either. Only just got a bit of it.
Slow kicking is a rarity. Obviously, Dane Zorko doesn't have the footy. Starcevic, a more considered approach. Tries to angle it for Andrews. Neil realised too late. So used on the way out now.
He's a good player, this bloke. God, he's a good player.
Aggressive square-up kicks.
Captains combine. Ashcroft pretty busy in the corridor at the moment. He's still looking.
They set up for a switch again. He hasn't looked. They had the extra out wide. Fletcher on the far side.
They've just dropped off here, Geelong. Their pressure's just dropped. You know, we know the pressure drops when you play an uncontested mark game. But they've just given them 10 or 15 metres here on the way through.
Can they find another target? No, forced to go long. Still aggressive mindset to centre half forward. Morris and Day both there. Oh, Guthrie looked like he was going to bring it down. Henry sits on the 50. Lohman. Not ready for him that time. Well tackled by Zach Guthrie.
Lions have the 2 goals of this term thus far. Andy Smith just can't find any space.
Thanks, Mark Darcy.
Cluggage is back around the ball, and Mullen has gone right to him. Bit of volleyball played. Neil, Will Ashcroft couldn't get out. Now the umpires see that. Kept the whistle down. Guthrie knocked on by Holmes. The open space. Who will it favour? Cameron had a fresh air. Zorko swoops. Will Ashcroft brings it around to Levi. Back to Will. Being pursued. Got his kick away, but it's low down. It was hard to deal with. O'Connor Stewart bring it out for the Cats. Martin given right of way, but up goes Leicester and squares one.
So what do you do, Jason, if you're Geelong with Harris Andrews? Do you persist with letting him Neil be his opponent?
Yeah, I think so, but you've got to be a little bit more circumspect with the kicks going inside 50, and maybe Shannon Neil becomes a bit of a decoy until he plays that far off him that you can actually hit him cleanly.
Neil taken to ground, but still managed to almost get it out. He got it to his boot at least. Holmes. Little fumble, so Zorko just took the yards. That's going to work inboard. Gallop has a look. Slipped over, did Morris at the inopportune moment.
Dane Zorko is playing some sort of game here. He's just all rip, tear and bust, Case, and he's not that fussed about how it gets forward. He's just going and throwing the boot at it.
Kicks it off the ground.
A hat kick into the corridor.
But look where he is position-wise. He's the leading possession winner on the ground. He's up on half-forward flank at the moment.
Lions looking for the go-ahead goal. Dempsey's got other ideas, although he's turned it over. Well won by Fletcher.
He's one of the best on the ground for mine.
Will he follow through on the direction? He told him he was going to kick it deep. He's pushed it into the pocket. Morris has got company. Spoils are made. Dempsey rode a bump but lost it. Morris put his head down.
Yeah, good decision. Drop the head. Can't get high contact for that.
Darcy, Clark.
You see him duck down. Really good decision.
Fought. Wrapped up by Blitzarves.
It's a mirror image of the first quarter, though, because now it's Brisbane with all the territory.
Oh, free kick to O'Connor.
That'd be against Trainer, I reckon, I guess.
He really just squeezes the kick out. And Sullivan lets it bounce. He's got free and gets the handball. Quick smart to Stewart. Martin's got a bit of space here on Fletcher. Close. Running hard and wide. Cameron sneaking back to the goal square. Does he go to Jezza or does he go to Shannon Neil? Or does he just keep away from Harris Andrews? That's the plan for now. Bowes. Bailey Smith sneaks inside the 50. Dempsey running hard. Doesn't fly. Neil. Oh, couldn't bring it down. That was perhaps his best chance yet. Andrews still found his way to the footy. Blitzarves over the top.
When I talk about Harris Andrews, he just made it impossible for Jeremy Cameron to get involved there because Neil took Harris straight back to where Jeremy Cameron had a one-on-one.
Cats still without a goal in this second term. 4 behinds. Dempsey. He was capable from there and make it 5 behinds because of Leicester's diligent work.
So some big-name players not having much impact. Bailey Smith just had the 7. We've talked about McCluggage a lot. Has had 1 possession. And Logan Morris has just had 2.
So Dante's hurt here.
He landed right on his tailbone, boys.
Come back on, stand. Stay out, Dane!
It's in the tangle of the marking contests. So during the week he'd prepare to go anywhere that was required in Geelong's game. If it got going, that's where he would serve. Long down the line. Cats have got numbers at the contest. Day threatens to win it, though. Able to release to Berry. In close confines, McCluggage. Will Ashcroft absorb the tackle?
Oh, stiff not to get the mark.
So he did choose to absorb the tackle.
Good decision.
That's how the umpire has adjudicated it. Probably right at the end, Will he realised he needed to drop it to his boot, but it was too late by then. Close, gives the forwards another look. Cameron's got 2 against, and Andrews spoiling is something to behold.
He's impassable, Brian.
Well, Shannon Neil's at a bit of a loss, so he went deep and Starcevic just peeled back and took him, but he can't get to any dangerous spot at all. Just a little lead-up chip kick mark and do him at the moment.
5 spoils and his intercept mark work. He has forced Geelong to find another way. Atkins just took a little bit of territory. Mullen trying the same. McCluggage against him. Mullen made the tackle.
Just on the Harris Andrews, Shannon Neil matchup, with players like Harris that like to take line on the ball, that sometimes you can play off their back shoulder, which keeps you involved in the game.
Well, Ashcroft took it on again. Neil has it, able to release it. Mullen couldn't find Stengel. Wilmot gets it out of the dangerous area for now. DeConing thrown to ground by Gallop. And the Lions are able to combine as a result. McCluggage gets a kick. It's to open territory. O'Sullivan gets the bounce. Quick release. Myers needs support inboard. Didn't use it instantly, so Henry's job to find a way.
As he has regularly so far tonight, floats one down Again, up goes Day. His confidence growing. Sweeping handball, O'Sullivan. Neil, this time he has an opportunity to get a bit physical on Harris Andrews with a tackle. It just feels so pivotal to what's going to happen in this game right now, doesn't it?
It does, and Tom made a really good point. I wonder if he's this sort of young man that can work that out, or does he need someone to get out and tell him to try something a bit different?
Well, it will take a concerted effort from him, because Andrews at times will play 5-10 metres in front. So he's got to come up and park himself on the back of him. Keep pushing him up if he can, to then have that space out the back.
5 behinds the Cats for this quarter. 2 goals, 1 for Brisbane. Hitting back and hitting back hard. DeConing rucking. Holmes roving. Cats surging. Oh, was that interference on Levi? It was. Against Dempsey. Take it quickly, so they want to move if they can. Nothing for him yet.
Oh, he had Bailey out the other side.
Yeah, the safer option was Leicester. Back again. Ashcroft, searching kick. Humphrey's happy to escort it over.
You've got Logan Morris, Cam Rayner, Charlie Cameron haven't touched the ball in this second quarter at all. So both teams have got really important players that are struggling to impact the contest at the moment.
McCluggage still anchored on 3 possessions.
Fort's tap, well directed. Dunkley, more yardage. So they've worked their way from defence all the way into attack. Another boundary throw in forthcoming.
So you just keep working. That's the other thing, is that Neil and Morris at either ends of the ground. They've just got to keep getting the contest. The more you get to, the better chance you are.
See here, McCluggage there just trying to organise things around the stoppage, and Mullen doing an outstanding job on him.
Cats dominated territory in the first quarter. It's 9 inside 50s each, but Brisbane are hitting the scoreboard where it matters in this second term, although that fell short from Ashcroft. Stewart to Myers. Archie, defensive-minded play wherever he is on the ground.
We saw the Cats doing a lot of that in the first term. Now it's Brisbane's opportunity just to create repeat stoppages inside their attacking 50.
So those really small half forwards that get high for Geelong aren't having a massive impact either, particularly on the way the ball's coming out of their back half.
Into a dangerous spot. Will Ashcroft took him on release. Dunkley squeezed the kick, didn't find the accuracy.
It's good defensive work from Brian Myers to get there and lay the tackle on Dunkley as he was trying to snap the goal.
So the go-ahead goal is proving elusive for the Lions. Closed the target on the kick in. Holmes just had to go back, brought it to ground, didn't quite gather. Dunkley sees it over. So those plans just not quite panning out for Chris Scott. The tension of it all in the second term.
Dangerfield back on for the Cats. He's just had the 7 possessions. No scoreboard impact.
Rucks go round, and Bailey comes straight through the front. Sliced his kick though. Gallup overwhelmed. Henry. Holmes needed a target and didn't find one. McCluggage tries to drag himself into it. Gives it away to Day. To the open side, Archie. Will Ashcroft. The snap again to Stewart. It's rinse and repeat. Stewart, though, will find the target this time, or enough for Myers to gather and see what he might be able to conjure. Dragged it inboard. Humphreys can work it out with Martin on the outside. Now he takes the kick up the line instead. Stengel's got Dangerfield. Pops the hand pass to him. He has Bailey Smith if it'll just sit. Stengel's got to get involved again. So it's a bit of a scramble, but it still might work. Bailey Smith trying now. Wheels around, dabs, I doubt it's 15. Mullen trying to give it off. Amana dragged it up. Gardner couldn't quite handle it. And Zorko, what a scrambled piece of play.
What might have been times 10.
The pressure was enormous there from a Brisbane point of view. They just 4 or 5 times they looked like they were out Geelong and then just got brought back. Sean Manor just made a decision to go when perhaps he could have looked for someone else.
Even with all the pressure they were under, Zorko tried to pick off a corridor kick coming out.
A wider avenue this time from Holmes. Shannon Neal is there. 1-2 from Neal. Flipped it out the back. Rush kick Wilmot. In front Holmes.
It's a deep breath needed here. It is deep breath time. No goals for Geelong in this quarter. 2 to Brisbane.
Chris is back.
Just can't find the target in the dangerous part of the ground.
Margin down to 3. DeConing. Fort. prevails. Morris, gave it straight to Holmes. That changes a lot. Manor glances up ahead, and Dempsey makes himself dangerous. Nonchalant little give. Manor, and DeConing on the end of it.
Well, that's much better from Sean Manor. He only had one thought with his previous possession, and that was to kick a goal from around the corner under enormous pressure. But this is a much better decision. Just summed it up. And we talked about not being able to find a target into a dangerous spot. They had Cameron on the boundary, but now DeConing must kick.
Famously was able to kick a goal in celebration mode in the grand final. The Cats have aims on getting there again. They need to start converting.
And they kick goal.
He's a defender these days, but tonight he's called upon to ruck and to deliver. Cats' first goal of the second term comes from Sam DeConing.
9 points for
It's a big goal, and it was a big turnover. It was Logan Morris who picked the ball up cleanly on the wing, looked to fire out a hand pass to Zach Bailey, but he just missed the target. Hit it straight to a Geelong player, and then it was a matter of what could Geelong do with possession going forward this time. They were able to identify DeConing in a little pocket of space. They kept it away from Harris Andrews. They didn't just bomb it long. They've looked at those hit-up targets. Dempsey involved again, and the Manor little two-step was brilliant, and then the chip kick even better.
Yeah, that kick there is going to be shown at half-time over and over. We know they've got players capable. Myers is capable of that kick. Close can do it. Stengel can do it. We know they're dangerous with that kick going inside 50. With Harris such a big factor at the moment, they've got to start to look at that more often. They got back on top here, Brisbane, from a stoppage and clearance point of view, which has given them some territory. But that goal is just so important in the context of this game.
Cats had 7 in defence, so the warning issued. A 15-minute arm wrestle settled by the DeConing goal. And back to work they all go. Fort and Neil combined. Missed Wilmot with a hand pass. Gave Manor a look. Finds the way through. Bullocked his way through, and a lovely pass to Bowes. He's learned his lessons well.
Oh, how good Sean Manor been the last couple of minutes, and it's a couple of errant hand passes. The Lions had possession. This time it's Lockie Neal misses the target, and Manor's prepared to take a player on, give himself the space, and then hit the leading target.
Again, that's the kick. That is the kick that can open up the gates here for Geelong.
Bowes has been going at a goal a game since returning from the nasty hamstring injury. And how Geelong would love another on the way to half-time. Jack Bowes puts it on its way. The Cats double up. And the lead is suddenly 15 points.
And it's instructional. It is an instructional minute of footy right there. You got Andrews, it's completely dominant and been disrupting everything that's been going forward this quarter. And then Sean Manor, in 2 possessions, changes everything around how they go forward. There's nothing Harris can do with either of these 2 goals, and it's the way forward for the Geelong Footy Club. And Shannon Neal could still have a role to play in all of this. Occupy him, take him away, and then the opportunities will open up everywhere else, and that is great ball use. And now it's up for every other Geelong forward ahead of the ball, Jason, to say, that's me. I'll get on the end of that.
It just seems a more sustainable style of football that Geelong are playing. Put pressure on, create the turnovers, then work forward. Whereas Brisbane are trying to take everything on, trying to play that perfect, chaotic millionaires football, if that makes sense.
Lead back to 15. Rucks engage. Fort's tap, well read by Ashcroft. Force-fed it back to Fort. Stripped of it, no whistle. Neal with strength, but Martin steps in for Geelong. Great timing of the push from Cameron. Doesn't complete his work. Starcevich, 3 Geelong players around him. He saw a gap. Interesting disposal. Goes back towards Archie, and then Neal fumbles from both sides. Cameron tries to show them how. Humphreys leaps from one way. Made the contest with Berry. Bowes, can he step through? He's got Dempsey waiting in the square. Who will kick his second? The Cats have gone bang, bang, and then Elder third.
Fumbles, the key word, Hutto. Multiple fumbles from Brisbane in particular. It was Archie that fumbled, and then Lockie Neal, who we just don't equate fumbling to. They couldn't get their hands on the footy. In the end, it was the Cats that picked it up, and then they just started. The pennies dropped, Gas. They're starting to work their way through this defensive setup. They're having a look. It wasn't a great contest from Berry. He allowed the ball to get over the top, and they're looking for clever kicks, keeping it away from Andrews, finding teammates, and they're hitting the scoreboard big time now.
It's everything. So Dempsey again, here the stoppage, just taking liberties at the right time, getting forward of the ball. He does it all the time.
Yeah, he's gone forward. Jeremy Cameron up on a wing at the moment.
Smart ball users change the complexion of a game of footy.
Two good moments for Bowes. One his own and one to create. The Cats dial up the pressure and it's a game-high lead. The scrap in the middle, Forks got some sort of kick away. Mullen first access, good release. Humphreys looks for close, set it up high. Sorko dragged an arm.
Geelong, arm interference. Stand.
So if they stick to the plan here, it's again.
Inboard to Atkins.
Don't blast.
It's got to Koning. And they do have Dangerfield or Stewart on the burst. Unloads for the goal front. Yes! Tom Stewart doesn't get them very often anymore. But what a moment to arrive. 3 goals in the past 7 seasons.
We saw it last night. There's a passage in that third quarter where it just split open in the space of 5 minutes, and it's happened here tonight. And it's been on the back of a mature footy side that have been able to read a game whilst it's been played. Not wait till half-time to make an adjustment in the way you want to go about it. They've seen what's happened. It wasn't working. Long inside forward 50 to Harris Andrews wasn't working. They've gone short, spread, bang, 4 goals in 4 minutes, game cracked open.
The other thing that I think is super impressive from the Cats is when you look at the clearances, in particular the centre clearances, when the Cats get first hands on it, it's a clearance. The Lions are getting hands on it a lot, but it's getting nullified by the Cats. The pressure has been intense. They don't allow a clean exit, and they're creating turnovers.
It's an unlikely list of Geelong goal kickers, isn't it, to include De Koning and Mullen and Stewart, just his 6th in his career. Cat's not finished yet. A more regular customer, and Stengel takes the mark.
They are threatening to blow them out of the water in the space of 10 minutes here.
They need half-time badly, Brisbane. Hang on, ball's going to get turned over here.
Down the other end.
In the
right in front of the goals.
It's gone the length of the ground, Jace.
It's gone 100 metres.
These two were fighting about 30 seconds ago, boys, and O'Connor was talking with the umpire, demonstrating, and obviously now done something silly.
This is the 2-goal turnaround. A shot for goal at one end's taken away. You go 140 metres down to the goal square, point blank, for a gift goal to Brisbane.
2 minutes to go before half-time. Extraordinary.
Oh, and a bit of chat about it too.
More to come.
Gee, they're very lucky. Very lucky. It's a repeat free kick.
He's paid
There's another one because he got pushed over.
Unbelievable.
Walk away.
Unbelievable.
They had just built up a match-winning lead and they've coughed up 2 goals gifted to Cam Rayner. Extraordinary.
So 3 gift goals in the term.
Yeah, well, this is where the cool heads need to prevail, because Cam Rayner's got... Here we go.
This is the original one. So that's soft as butter.
That is...
And here's the second one, Gaz. Have a look at the players coming in, and that's pretty soft as well.
Yeah, I don't know if they paid it there.
No, that's the one he paid.
He did pay
that one right there. That's the first one was the softest one.
Jason, the first one, not only was it soft, it went the length of the ground while they were about to have another shot. This is sensational.
It's stunning umpire intervention. And the margin comes back to 15 points. And it's right back in the balance in the furor that has erupted around the MCG. And right around the football world, I think.
Well, they didn't look capable of working their way back into the game, the Brisbane Lions.
Let's just take it back to
But they're back in it now, Gaz, courtesy of this.
So Stengel's got the shot from 40 out.
Yeah.
If there's a turnover in the goal square at the other end, to run the ball the length of the ground for this,
that's just a nudge.
As poor a decision as you'll see.
It's just a nudge in the back that happens 1,000 times a game.
And add that to Stewart and Loman, which was just a push in the chest.
Yeah.
And then another turnover for that is an umpire that's just lost a bit of control.
Trouble with that one is he's done it right in front of the umpire, just come running in and pushed him over.
And I think that's soft as well, but Zach Guthrie's got to...
Yeah, he's smarter than that.
Better than that.
He's smarter than that.
Stupid thing to do.
So a 15-point margin with a couple of minutes to play, and Neil with the clearance for the Lions. It'll land in open space. De Koning slipped over the top went Gallup. Stewart put his head over the ball, no free kick paid. Ball is loose for a moment. McCluggage, Will Ashcroft creates the play. Gallup and Dunkley, and out the side, they're all being pursued. Dave Bailey confronted. Stewart got him. He got it to his boot and towed it away. No, he didn't.
Well, they're never going to have a ball up. This is threatening to spill over.
They're not doing a very good job, I don't think.
I think he's saying he did get his foot to it.
So one umpire paid holding the ball and the other calls for a ball up. It's a scramble at the source. Dangerfield got a hand in there.
You talk about a bit of unexpected theatre into this contest.
The response is going to be really interesting now, isn't it? From the immediate 1 minute 20. We know what the response from the fans is. That's plain and clear. I'm not sure I've seen that happen too often either. A quelled holding the ball decision.
For no reason.
Back into play. Blitz halves.
That's what I was
McCluggage. Maybe the Lions re-energised. Neil. Waited for the right time. Loads up. Morris in front. Worked under it by O'Sullivan, Crawley and Campbell.
He's got a mature head, hasn't he, for a young player with just a handful of games to his name.
Straight back from where it came down the line. Cameron realising quickly he wasn't in position to mark. And he'll have to make do with the throw in. Chris Scott doing his best to show no reaction or response.
I think we're all in a little bit of shock here.
I can't ever remember seeing it, to be honest.
Back into play again, blitz halves. Neil. Found a way forward. Ashcroft off the left. It was wonky. Could still succeed with Dunkley. Bailey. Tripping that fine line. And it's back over and out. So 28 set. We need half-time.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, if Brisbane can find a way to fashion another goal here, they go to half-time with all the momentum when they looked almost dead and buried.
It was 27 points with a shot at goal coming.
Yep.
It's 15 points and maybe a shot at goal coming for the Lions. Dunkley got it to the top of the square. Gallup couldn't quite gather. Stewart had it grabbed away from him. What a smother by De Koning. Charlie gets another look, popped it up in the air. Martin dragged down. Play on was the call. Blitzhouse trying to clear the area for Close. He's got runners out wide, and Martin should see off the last of the seconds. Have a listen to the reaction when this siren sounds. So there are three coaches with a lot to do. Chris Scott to settle his team, Chris Fagan to plot their way back, and the umpires coach to get involved and settle all of that down. It's 15 points Geelong's way at half-time.
15 points Geelong's way at half-time. That's a massive blow. Massive blow, guys, but like, what can we do? 2 free kicks was paid on the other side of the ground, which I have absolutely no idea still for slight contact, but like, seriously. Honestly, I think Geelong deserves to win, honestly, after that. So they're up by 15 points at half-time. Now we're gonna have to wait 20 minutes for them to restart. We're gonna be live tomorrow night at 7:30. So if you want to come and tune in, please do so, because we're gonna be taking the seriously Fremantle versus Gold Coast Suns clash, and we'll see what happens there. I won't be live for the GWS and Hawthorn game. I don't think so, at least, because that starts at 3:15. honestly. Okay, we're still live. How many views are there? I have no idea. So far. Wait, hold on. Guys, just to be aware, I can't show you the gameplay of the game because I will be copyrighted for actually technically. I don't know when that rule was existed, but like yeah, so can't stream it off KO unless I do it on the phone or something. Actually, I don't think you can stream from KO at all. I'm just giving you sounds effect of the, yeah. So we will be doing Elimination Final 2. So I'm just gonna see. But that's tomorrow, guys. That's not today. Whoa, wait, I might as well just book another session with you guys. Elimination Final 2, it says. 2. Or we could do this. Could do this. And do. Now, this game tomorrow will happen at 7:30. Time frame. It's Fremantle versus Goko Suns. I had a few people posted questions why I'm not streaming the game, because I can't stream the game from KO. I will be copyrighted and that stuff, and I don't want to get copyrighted and get my YouTube demonetized for that. So guys, so we have to do it this way. There's another 30 minutes? What the hell? Happening tomorrow first. Saturday. The game starts at 7:35, so we're gonna be streaming at 7:30, just 5 minutes before we're gonna start the stream. And what is this one called? That was number 1, qualified final 1. And this one's qualified 2. I'll change that later, guys. I'm not gonna worry about it now. I'm just gonna make my camera smaller, guys. You can see me. What are you talking about? You can not see me. You can see me clearly, can you? Oh, maybe some part of the game I was moving and that stuff and I was excited. Maybe, guys. I have no idea what the comment says. I can't see you. What does it mean? Means you can't see the gameplay. That's the only way I can see it. No.
falls short. Oh, close for a moment. And then another. A Stengel that fades away for a behind.
Serious floater.
Berry got it quickly from Zorko and brings it out with good penetration. Dunkley jackknifed as he landed.
Stay out, Ryan. Stay there, Ryan.
Geelong scramble down the line and Dangerfield reaches in. Bailey Smith after a quiet first half to Atkins. Just searching for the right target. Doesn't want to waste it and blaze. Just a bit too long as he dwelt over it.
Love that from Dangerfield. So there's lots of things that have happened at the half-time. A lot of emotion. You go to your leaders. Your leaders are the ones that are going to come back out and say, right, let's just play what's in front of us. And that Patrick Dangerfield there, big smother, big time moment. It's what you're after.
De Koning's rucking against Forts. Manor getting busy underneath. Gets some sort of disposal away. Neil didn't find Berry initially. Berry stayed in the contest. Dangerfield just leapt for it, but then coughed it up. Zorko, clever kick, dangerous. Good mark, Dunkley, as Guthrie was coming at him. The release to Neil and inboard to Berry, links it up to Fletcher. The overlap run comes from McCluggage to open space for Day, stretching and marking. He's got Lohman deep in the square if he wants to chance his arm. As the numbers all get back. He does kick toward Lohman. He didn't do him any favours. Brought to ground. Stewart will get a free kick.
It's a horrible kick. All he basically did was kick out Tom Stewart.
Horrible kick, wasn't it? Geelong fans loved it though.
Have a listen to that reaction. Myers.
So we need an ISO camera on Rayner and O'Connor, boys, because it's going to be a lot of fun today.
So a little low by his standards. Certainly had more influence on the game than Bailey Smith. The Cats' prime midfielders. Blitzarves makes himself dangerous, pushing wide. Dangerfield just floats down to the goal square, ready to come up to the footy. Oh, and he wasn't far off. Fort did well under the circumstances. Neil back to Blitzarves. He had Myers instead, just a hat kick inside again. Seen plenty of that tonight. Fletcher, Andrews, seen plenty of him too, but Holmes in position to mark again, which he can't quite do. Blitzarves, no real flow about the Cats move forward on that occasion. We'll have a ball up.
16-point margin in the Cats' favour. Holmes getting busy at the back of the stoppage. Lohman got him, forced him to drop it. Day and Lohman combine. Optimistic hand pass. Atkins had it well scouted. Sets it up to Bailey Smith. So the centre of the ground belongs to the Cats here. Guthrie, he'll use it up for Cameron to the front. Couldn't quite hang on. Gardner did just enough. Andrews under pressure from Neil. Starcevic is the extra. Caught by Cameron. No whistle. Neil keeps on. Dumped to ground by Andrews. Still no whistle. Starcevic. Neil now a whistle for a throw.
Oh, he's got some passion in it now. The crowd are heavily invested.
It's the duty of a home crowd. It's the advantage of having it in your own state, if not at your own grounds.
Tyson Stengel's got to remember what they did late in this second quarter.
He's going to try. Never really on. Dangerfield made it possible. Atkins. Blitzarves on the snap.
Wow.
Floats it through. A crafty goal for tonight's makeshift ruckman, who's done it all through the journey.
So, save for the two goals that we will continue to be debated and talked about for a long, long time, this has been a really dominant period from a Geelong point of view. They kicked 4 in a row. They were looking at their 5th. We know what happened late in that quarter. The 2 got handed over. But Blitzarves now has effectively has kicked their 5th, if you like, without the intervention of the umpires on the 2 Rayner goals. So they're in good shape here.
Yeah, look, they are. And I want to go back to, look, I said they're investing too heavily in risk. They've got the ball at half forward, the Brisbane Lions, and Kai Lohman goes for a over-the-shoulder, behind-the-head, risky hand pass back into the corridor with 3 Geelong players around the 1 Brisbane Lions player. They turn it over and it comes down the other end.
It's a great kick. It's a great finish from Blitzarves.
What an all-rounder. There's the premium on that first goal. Given the emotions around the MCG. Smith, can he impart some real impact in this game? Blitzarves again, whatever it takes. Cameron, Myers, Stengel, and close for waiting, but Archie is down and dirty, clears it out. Holmes paces back for it. Guthrie makes the run to try and get something constructive going. Tagged by Cameron.
So Huey McCluggage, who still can't, he's only had the 8 possessions. Just wondering whether he can maybe change the matchup on Mullen and go to someone else. Just get O'Shea Mullen thinking about something a bit different.
Gets by 22. Fort pulls it away. Zorko by hand. It was a good one. Bailey, we know the danger. Guides it to Morris. Quick, smart. Ashcroft charging forward. Rayner, he earned that one. It won't be a popular goal with a home crowd, but it will be cheered by Brisbane fans everywhere. Rayner's kicked his third.
Well, he's obviously getting plenty from the Cats supporters at that end, and he gave a little bit back, Gaz. Do you like it?
Well, I just want to see whether he was just prepared to write the cheque here. I don't think he was giving it the Bailey Smith treatment, but he's standing in the goal square right in front of the Geelong cheer squad. So you can imagine, well, you would know
I have been giving it
than
to
anyone. And here he is. It's a good matchup deep against O'Connor. Oh, no, he's just giving it a bit of quiet down. A little bit of quiet down, if you don't mind. This is a matchup, though. I know he got a couple gifted to him, but he's a very, very difficult second half proposition.
Yeah, and take him deep, try and get him one out. It wasn't a great kick from Ashcroft. It was a helicopter coming in, but he was strong enough to keep his eye on the footy. Had O'Connor.
You need to calm down. You're being too loud. The scrambler's on in the middle. Will Ashcroft squirts a kick. Neil's worked forward. He'll have a look at the deep targets and then pull it short. Not on the same page, Charlie.
He had to go straight to Rayner. Rayner's feeling it. Yeah. He's got a yard or two on O'Connor. He had to ask the question to Mark O'Connor again.
He had to go on a couple of his forwards like Neil Gass. He was demanding that they come up at the footy.
Myers along on the way out.
Good
Dunkley, good trap. Equally well done. Dempsey, O'Sullivan fought the tackle, got caught. That's holding the ball.
She's now we've got a final, boys. Now we've got a final here. Every action's got a consequence. Big moment from Dunkley, big moment from Dempsey, big tackle here.
Lions turn in that decisive third quarter in the preliminary final. Will Ashcroft has been hugely influential the past couple of meetings against the Cats in home and away footy. Well, Bailey Smith went to spoil rather than the intercept mark. It's okay. O'Sullivan, Guthrie and Dempsey make it so. It's a kick down the line, though, to the next contest, and Dangerfield rises gracefully and takes off powerfully. He's kicking for Bowes. Levi Ashcroft's his marksman. Ball clears them and the race is on. Bowes leads to it. Good gather. Pumps the hand pass too strong for Jess initially. He got something on it to keep it alive. Nana might be the beneficiary. It was a stare down with Forts. Cameron just a bit stung in the back play.
Did it well, Darcy Ford. He couldn't rush Sean Manor. He would have gone right round him, so just stood him up. Ford 50 stoppage. Been hard to come by goals here.
And the tension grows. For Leicester. Starcevic. Neil, which way out? Dunkley. Morris. Oh, and O'Sullivan. Both made their cases. Humphreys. Angler as he kicks it nicely. He's at 15, it's not. Mullen gets the answer. And McCluggage gets a chance for a bit of retribution.
We're doing that all day, are we?
Shortage of words. Up against the line. Cats lead 16. Neil, you can see his determination, his refusal to give in.
So the clearance game's really closed up. It's even now. They were getting belted early, the Brisbane Lions. They've worked hard to get it back at level pegging. The only thing that is out of whack is centre bounce, which is 10-3 in favour of the Cats.
From the throw-in, but Salves jarred it clear from behind. Wilmot ran into Dangerfield. So we had that prolonged 15 minutes in the second term, which was really the hand-to-hand combat stage before all hell broke loose. Dangerfield able to release. Holmes needs support. Tumbled it up the line. Mullen worked it around. Bailey Smith up to the forwards to get after. Andrews was well set in the middle in defence. Zorko dragged out of it. Free kick's been paid.
So Zorko has been really creative and won a lot of footy, but he's also got Manor, or Manor's gone to Zorko, whichever way you want to frame it. So he's got a couple of things he has to think about now. It's been good coaching from Chris Scott.
Crowd's mind not changed by the replay. Some holding. It's like that, though. It's going back to O'Sullivan. It's a slow play. Dangerfield, he doesn't believe in slow. Reluctantly, though, accepts his fate. Now he's off too quickly. Brilliant from Dunkley. Sets them in motion. Bailey, McCluggage. Hard run, hard gallop. Short to Rayner. It's Cameron one-on-one inside 50. Oh, Bailey beheaded. Umpire didn't see it. Now he's going to play holding the ball.
Yeah, well done, umpire. Very well umpired.
Atkins out wide to Myers as the Cats look to push their advantage.
What about Dunkley? What about the smother from Dunkley?
Stengel just came off the bench and another one.
But again, it's an opportunity for Brisbane, and they're just hell-bent on playing this play on at all costs. Have to go, and ran themselves into trouble.
I don't reckon they're going to change, Jace.
No.
I think that's their only way forward here, and they're not going to die on the vine.
Dunkley pledged to serve in every way needed. Will Ashcroft tried to find Levi. He's got a little bit of work to do. Manor kept it away from him. Lester ran the gauntlet. Dragged over the boundary. It's tight between the arcs, isn't it?
Hold the meter.
It's by 16. We've gone 12 minutes of this third term. Salves trying to emerge with it. Manor couldn't quite keep it in. A goal apiece thus far in the third term. Chris Scott 4 and 6 in qualifying finals. The 11th time he's got the Cats into the top 4. Bailey Smith combines with Myers up to full forward. Cameron hurdles in from the side. Stengel trying, Lester keeping him away. Neal and past it just indiscriminately. Starcevic fought it out. Lester and Zorko and Dunkley, and Zorko was clever stuff. Downfield comes to Rayner. Bailey.
Not Rayner this time.
Stuck in the head.
Hasn't found much of it, Levi Ashcroft. Just possession number 8 for him.
He's thrived on some midfield time over the last few weeks in the absence of Neal. Oh, at the side, him almost kicked the goal there, Zorko. Andrews keeps calm. Good advice on a night like tonight. Gardner, and then Archie.
Just probing, trying to find a way through here.
There's the kick. The Cats predicted it and predicted it well. Bowes cutting it off, and the pass. Forward it goes from close. Oh, Bailey Smith. The hair, the flair. Let it all out. Big goal from Bailey.
So good teams learn lessons, and the Geelong Footy Club in the last 3 outings against this side have been cut up from the back half. They've been hurt really badly by Brisbane's ability to move the footy from their defensive half. Today they've been on it from the opening bounce. We saw it in the opening minute when Stengel was aware to cut off. Jason's alerted us to it. They're going to keep going. They'll keep coming in here. Watch Bowes here, the little kick. This little one there. Don't blaze away, just a little touch kick. Gets over to Bailey and the goals kick. This is a win for preparation and execution.
I love how the Cats tease. They sit off. They know that the Lions want to pull the trigger on these aggressive kicks, and they just stay close enough to read it and get there at the last moment, and they're creating these turnovers. They're preying on that risk investment that the Lions are making.
Cats by 22. Middle stages now of the third term. De Koning tried to knock it down. Bailey, though, rejected it. It's off to Dunkley. Gave it straight up to Holmes. Stepped off his line and then ran around Lohman and pumps the Cats forwards. Martin set himself. It'll be all about the crumb. Fletcher controlled it well. Levi Ashcroft and fought and back to Levi and up to Dunkley. Knocked it onto Wilmot. Myers had him cold. Dispossessed him. Stewart fights on. Levi Ashcroft kept a hand in the way. As burrowing in was Dunkley fearlessly.
I can't remember seeing a team play as relentless and aggressively attacking style as Brisbane are tonight.
51 tackles in the first half, Jace. they're up to 59 here. It's unbelievable from the Cats.
Stewart set for the intercept mark.
He's back to the Tom Stewart of old, isn't he, tonight?
Humphries now a corner, head out of fullback to get himself into it. He's dropped the mark and he's invited pressure from Rayner. Oh, it's high. The theatre of that.
And the crowd lifts up out of their seats. Unbelievable.
Cam Rayner won't take a backward step in any of it. O'Connor sends it down the line. Berry came back. Bailey Smith knocked it around. Over the boundary with Neil.
The reality now, though, is that they've got to find a way forward. Apart from the two that were gifted to Rayner, it's been hard. They've been hard to come by. He's gone to ground at the wrong time for Cam Rayner, but 22-point margin, low-scoring game in a final. They've got to start hitting the scoreboard, the Lions.
Third quarters have been their thing this year, the Brisbane Lions, 16-7. In the premiership quarter, they've got to get going. They do get motoring. Loman's hands back to Bailey. Now to Ashcroft. Waiting on the outside was Day. Cleverly enough. Bailey. Cameron's in the goal square. Can they get it to him somehow? Loman has a long look and then maintain the focus to try and kick to Cameron. Humphries disrupted without giving away the free. Rayner again, the villain. No peace. Soccer. Guthrie close. Can't quite hang on to the mark. He does win the footy and sets Martin forward.
Martin unloads, so Neil against two. Andrews, so good.
Legend.
It was the wrong kick from Jack Martin. He had options. Charlie Cameron's got to find a way to get involved in this game.
Was he stiff not to get a free kick back there?
I don't think so.
Lays it off to the sides.
It was a gilt-edged opportunity. Logan looked inside. There were 4 Brisbane Lion players. He went to Charlie in the end and he couldn't draw a free kick.
Gardner follows through on his intention. They'll all fly. All gathered underneath initially off to Neil from Leicester.
If you're a Geelong supporter, you're proud of the way they've pressured tonight.
Oh, it's been brilliant, hasn't it?
Yep, they want to get involved. They want to tackle and put Brisbane into uncomfortable positions.
Manna having a terrific night off to Holmes. Took him on. Broke the line but missed the hand pass. Martin back to Holmes. He might give it a fly.
That's unbelievable.
Both the Dashers have got goals in this third term. And Geelong dash 28 points clear.
They've cracked it open and Chris Scott is coaching magnificently. He's just pushed Holmes to half back this last 10 minutes. He's been in the middle, he's gone to a wing and now he's said, no. We'll just now try and really stretch them from the back half, and he's had a really big say. He had his hands full at various times, Max Holmes, with Zach Bailey on a couple of occasions. But I tell you what, he's a weapon off half back. Once he gets involved into a chain like this, he's probably the quickest player in the competition. And if he can get a 1-2 and get involved in a chain like that, then he's almost unstoppable.
It's
great coaching.
It's been a dominant performance from the Cats. I mean, they controlled the game in the second. Well, now there's 5 in the square. Oh, he got a little bit of leeway there from the umpire. But all they've done is reassert the dominance they had in the second quarter before circumstances conspired to give Brisbane a couple of goals.
Heartily cheered on in home base. Mullen. A little Irish dance to Atkins. Low ball inside 50 and there to be chopped off by Zorko. He just gets the kick away. Still they go through the middle. It's their way home. Wilmot. Cats were ready for him but couldn't stop them. Extended handball out wide. Well adapted Dunkley. Target not hit though. Gallup on the move.
Nice.
Could he kick a goal? No.
They've got all the answers, the Cats.
They do.
Defensively, it has been a supreme performance.
Henry's desperate lunge. 27-point margin. Guthrie. Get 2-on-1 against Blitzhouse. Fletcher hasn't marked. Starcevic used the numbers. Manna came in to get him.
Yeah, that tackle.
That's a quality tackle, isn't it?
That's what we've been talking about here. They have committed to it. I would imagine it's been a real focus of theirs coming into the game. And they've executed brilliantly.
Will Ashcroft prize it away. Sets Brisbane up. O'Sullivan and Stewart trying to defend Archie to create. Henry gathered it in, got caught by Archie. Given a little latitude. Rayner with the field coming at him. O'Sullivan got him, but he got clear. The ball he missed. There's offside.
A little bit single-minded, wasn't it? He had Logan Morris calling for the hand pass. He had a little bit more space, but the Bull just wanted to take them all on. He said, "You can't stop me."
What a goal it would have been.
I know there's about 20 players who've likened to Dusty over the years. He just might be the closest. He's not at the level, but the qualities.
26-point margin. Still can't get past this man.
They've been a hell of a lot of trouble without this bloke. They're in a lot of trouble anyway. They're going to find a way to get this scoreboard ticking over.
Just one goal for the quarter. Neal sends it deep. Leapers aplenty. Tap back cleverly by Gallup. Good tackle from Berry.
No, and Logan Morris is battling. He's had 5 touches and been well beaten. And then you've got young Gallup and Sam Day going long and slow like that into this Geelong defence. It's got DeConing and Stewart and Henry. It's not the way to go forward.
Day hands it off. Lohman still searching. Atkins knew exactly where the boundary line was.
So time for a Lions goal. The red time. Kind of push back against the flow. Day opens it up to the top of the square. Gallup got dispossessed. Scrounge on hands and knees. Close, pries it out. Leicester just got past the outreached hand. Andrews is there though. Sets up Wilmot. Had time to search for the right target. Decided to go deep. They'll fly. Stewart the spoil. Bowes couldn't quite trap it. Instinctive stuff from Bailey off hands. Through for a rush behind.
They just haven't got any answers going forward. The Brisbane Lions is very repetitive. Long kicks, hoping for something to happen. That was very speculative off the ground.
Margin only 25 though. Stewart's kick to the wing and Blitzarves hangs onto that one. Down the line for Stengel. Leicester survived the tackle just. Wilmot remain incredibly composed. Tries to put the handball together. Wades through. Ashcroft. Rayner accompanying every disposal. High ball for Morris. Stewart. Paid the mark, I think.
14th intercept mark.
To Holmes.
The wing has opened up for Holmes, who pumps it up to Dempsey. It's an open setup. Martin's got loose out the back. Dempsey's going to pump it in. Stengel, oh, he split the difference. Terrible stuff.
Couldn't have kicked it worse, Jared.
It was harder not to get a goal than to get one there for the Cats. Zorko, a rare poor kick. Humphries the opportunity, but met by the front-on tackle. Will Ashcroft and Holmes grapple for it. Holmes hand passed hopingly. Day had other ideas. Archie just having difficulty getting hold of it. Does now. Morris.
Well, he finally gets a good look at a one-on-one, doesn't he? And it's a rare win for Logan Morris. I think O'Sullivan's been absolutely fantastic down back, but this young man does have a lot of talent. He finally shrugged off the opponent, able to take the mark. Needs this to try and get himself into the game.
Well, he tore him apart down at GMHBA. He was magnificent. Kicked 5 goals and they didn't have an answer for him. But he wasn't confronted with the pressure ahead of the ball that he has been with tonight.
Last time on the G, he kicked 6 against Collingwood on that Saturday night. Team desperately needs him. Logan Morris.
He's kicked it.
Will get something for the Lions to work with.
You mentioned that they haven't got any answers. They haven't when they go slow. When it's slow, and that's why this game plan has worked. Is the pressure around the ball has been such that they haven't had these sorts of looks. But on one of the few occasions, this ball gets to the outside, and then they look up, and Logan Morris does get that one-on-one. Now they'll keep going quick, as you know we've talked about all day, and either to their detriment or not. I don't think they're going to die wondering. They'll keep going hard and quick. Maybe Logan Morris, you got to isolate him out, one out. They tried it with Rayner. They just couldn't get him enough looks. One out. But that's the only way forward, because Gallup's had a few moments and he's worth persevering with. It's going to be exciting along the line, and Sam Day's working as hard as he possibly can. But they're outgunned in the air forward of the ball.
Margin is only 19 now and will feel fragile. Bailey. Fierce attitude and determination to match his skill. out to the wing. The other Bailey, Smith, just bowls them over. Sets Dempsey, and now Holmes away. Dangerfield waiting in the goal square. Myers flicks it wide. Stengel, the lead comes from Mark.
It's great work from Bailey Smith at half-back. He just used his body, used his strength to push Lockie Neal off the ball. That's where he did it, got him in the side. Then the quick hand pass and they were away. They had numbers overlapping.
The Cats, with their wonderful success, have had the luxury of playing the long game with this man, Jack Martin. Can he produce a quick answer? That is your answer.
So Holmes has had 9 touches, Bailey Smith had 8, so they got rolling, the two hard runners, and Chris Scott made it work for Holmes from half-back and got him involved in a big way. He went back into the centre bounce then, so it's maximising what you've got at your disposal, and they do it brilliantly, the Cats.
It's a big couple of minutes. Berry pumps it in long. Forts stood manfully in the pack. And a quick look inboard. Wilmot was being manned by Cameron, though. So safer to send it down the line and see if Lohman can have a fly. Had plenty of company. Levi Ashcroft gets it moving. McCluggage knocked it on rather than taking possession. Bailey shut down by Bailey, so a double shot of Bailey's. About this time on a Saturday night feels right.
See, they'd love one here, Brisbane. This would just line it back up again, put it back, put the game back into a real contest.
Myers out the side to Dempsey, release the hand pass to Banner. Doesn't have a whole lot down the line to work with. Sets it up, bit short of Cameron. Gardner, get it going. Zorko, Will Ashcroft, checks his kick. Guthrie got in front of Cameron. And he'll get the free kick.
Been that sort of night for Charlie Cameron. Just a couple of possessions. He ran into an open goal very early on in the night, but no impact since, and he didn't touch the ball after shepherding his opponent out. That's why the free kick was paid.
Dempsey got it off the pack, lofted it. Stengel made the contest, and Holmes races onto it. They're wide open again. Martin will get it out the back, and he'll bang it home. Jack Martin strikes, and the Cats get the late one in the third turn.
And Max Holmes has put his stamp on the game in this third quarter. He's been absolutely brilliant. He's been magnificent in actual fact. He's just, we know his athleticism, but his run and carry means that every possession is a 70, 80 metre possession. And again, he cruises through here, and then Martin comes into play. Not many players will come into play. This was smart from Stengel. I reckon he just dropped that at his feet. And then just the Rolls-Royce runs onto it and whacks it 65 metres. He doesn't break stride. Does not break stride, Jack Martin. Max Holmes been phenomenal this quarter.
They had numbers. I mean, if it wasn't Holmes, it would have been Blitzarves. They had the first 2 players following the ball in. Brisbane Lions trailing behind them, just working hard at the Cats.
Still a minute to go.
Still a minute to go. Anything can happen.
Back out to 25. Neal, Fort, Bailey. Another real dangers. Lohman snaps it up. Day, O'Sullivan, Bowe's been more than handy. Driving kick for close. What can the Cats put together here late in the quarter? Dangerfield was the long target, and a good target. Good call for it not to be paid. Great play. Oh, is this going to be a goal? Oh, maybe it was. Has Dempsey kicked that?
He's kicked it.
That is fantasy football.
There he goes.
His voice is gone with the ball here.
He's hit the half volley on the run.
He's flushed it.
They couldn't have struck it better.
He flushed it.
That's not where Danger was trying to kick the footy, but he nearly kicked a magnificent goal. And just when it looked like it mightn't end up being a goal for the Cats, who should arrive on the spot?
Well, we asked, for the game's sake, maybe it was Brisbane that kicked the goal to bring it back to life, and they've gone bang, bang. Beautifully done. That sums up Ollie Dempsey right there. It sums up what he's become as a footballer. A hard runner who times his run forward as well as anyone, and then flushes it on a half volley.
You should have seen that ball drop from Danger. It went sideways onto his boot.
In the preliminary final was Myers and Henri, and this time it's Danger. Got the coach out of his seat too.
Wow.
Dempsey.
Look at that.
Suddenly 31 points.
But that's a margin, Jared, now that reflects the difference in the match. They have been dominant basically all night, apart from a few bits of individual brilliance from Brisbane.
Will Ashcroft towed it forward, Lohman got it high.
Well, you look at the last two goals in the second quarter, it was Rayner in controversial circumstances. They've gone bang, Martin Dempsey.
Got to get a mark, Cameron's their man. Charlie couldn't quite hang on. Myers harried him.
See, they're the efforts that you just take for granted with the Cats. Like Brian Myers there working in defence.
Cats by 31 in an emotion charge that must.
Oh, the Cats by 31 points at third quarter time. Unbelievable. Feel like it's going to be smashy. Didn't recognise it's going to be that smashing, though. I thought it's going to be a close game in that. Okay. Is this another 5 minutes we have to wait? It's Cats by 31 points. Unbelievable, right?
the wherewithal to find the right man in Leicester. High ball to get after, though. Guthrie.
Just didn't compete in the air, Charlie. Allowed his man to take the mark because he didn't feel like he was in a good position.
Humphries and De Koning, the goal kicker tonight. Humphries stayed viable. Cats look to create on the outer side. Had plenty on it. O'Sullivan lends a hand. Mullen slices his kick up for Dangerfield. Couldn't quite reach a fingertipper.
His stocks have risen tonight, O'Sheen Mullen. The job that he's done on McCluggage and the way he's done it in a final like this, he's becoming a weapon for Chris Scott.
And what about
Bailey now, is it?
Yep. Yeah, Connor O'Sullivan as well.
Yep.
You know, just slotting in a big final and just hardly losing a contest.
Neil batters it away. Bowes will creep a little closer. Cameron, battle of strength with Gardner. And he uses that strength well.
Thanks, Harris. Yes, sir. Shannon, you up?
31 points.
Darcy, what's my back here? What's my back here?
Neil. Fought the tap. Manor fights almost through the tackle. Does not survive.
This will give us an indication of the mindset. Well, Dane Zorko's got the footy in his hand. Oh, no. Oh, even Wilmot, he'll be aggressive as well.
He's looking, but all he's seeing is a wall of Cats players set up behind the ball.
Yeah, the grid was well set, wasn't it? So Leicester, and he can't quite find what he's after initially. He's gone to a 2-on-1 against Gardner. Knocked away by Blitzarv's hand and found the boundary.
And that's a sign of the work rate. The Cats are working harder. Blitzarv's got over to create the 2-on-1. There weren't enough lines working into a space to give Ryan Lester an option coming out of the defensive 50.
A lot of advice being offered. Slap out there. Smith and Zorko. Smith topples Zorko late. Oh, Zorko didn't like it. Bit of interaction between the two.
Well, we look down the line, though. A kick away here for Brisbane, or a kick and a half away. It's O'Sullivan and or Tom Stewart is the loose man behind the ball here. It's perfectly set up for the Cats.
McCluggage got on the move, got dragged off it. Bowes, quick kick inside 50. Neil was looking for Andrews and he was right there. Of course, Dangerfield released. Didn't quite find the advantage though. With Ashcroft, Wilmot dashing through Bailey. Neil didn't give it back on the outside. Instead, he finds Starcevic. Bites off the kick well to the logo. And away goes Bailey. Oh, he slipped at the wrong moment. Archie's got to help him out. And Dunkley still relentlessly. They come forward, the Lions. Raider, centre of all the drama and theatre. These long kicks in have been hard all night. Archie's a very narrow target. It's an easy kill.
And so Bailey is running forward, right? And you need to score, and you need to score quickly. And he can't kick it because Tom Stewart's just sitting in the hole.
Yep.
So he stops and gets tackled. Then it becomes slow down the line, slow down the line. Easy pickings for a Geelong defence. Don't think they can afford to let Geelong have a spare behind the footy when they've got to kick 6 goals.
Fort, a couple of goes at it. Bowes, Ashcroft, pass and smother. Cameron. The collector's one thing, trying to dispose of it another.
Yeah, at the other end, you've got Darcy Wilmot's the loose for the Brisbane Lions. But I think at this stage of proceedings, you've got to equalise the numbers, Gaz.
Yeah, you're 31 points down in a final.
Manor legs it. Driving ball moment for Neil. He actually removed Andrews from the picture. Plays it wide to Guthrie and back to Shannon Neil. How he would relish this moment!
Geelong kicked another goal.
The big screecher. Is that the one?
He got the knee into the back of Harris Andrews, and that put him out of the contest. And then he was able to enjoy the fruits of his own labour, staying involved and kicking a goal that's done his confidence the world of good.
I'm looking down the line. It's probably the only piece of the puzzle that needed to be put into place, and that was Shannon Neil to get himself involved. And look at Harris Andrews forlornly on knees in the middle of the centre square. It's almost sums up where this game's at right now. The one last dominant piece of the puzzle's dropped from a Brisbane Lions point of view because Shannon Neil, who's been owned by Harris Andrews, has hit the scoreboard.
It didn't look pretty, Gaz, but he did enough just to jump into Andrews and get him under the footy.
The Lions on their knees. 37 points.
37 points, guys, for Geelong.
Staring down the long way through the final series. Neil's still trying everything. McCluggage, Dunkley, the pressure's everywhere. Fort got bustled over by De Koning.
It's just rabid from the Cats. This is brilliant stuff. Yeah. They've been relentless from the very start of the game, pressure-wise.
Dunkley was basically in the tackle of matter as the ball arrived.
So the uncontested marks are always going to be a big measurement. 68 to Brisbane, 62 to Geelong.
And 100's their number, isn't it?
100's the number, yep.
Smith got it forward. Fletcher cut it off. One-on-one on the wing. Holmes just wanted to read where it was going, and Archie dragged him. Just ever so aware of the speed advantage if he'd been able to get away. Smith's on the move.
They've run them into the ground, these two boys, which is no great surprise.
Put it in deep. Good defensive mark.
Hey guys, just quickly down here, Paddy Dangerfield's just gone down under the rooms. Actually, he's just walked back up now, which is good news for Geelong, but he's been down there for the last 5 minutes, so we're just trying to find out what's going on.
Any issues?
You ready to sub him out, Moons?
Yep.
We're getting a
I reckon it might be time.
Archie.
Don't need to risk him.
Brings it inboard for Zorko to roll and go. And the Lions have got runners. Neil didn't give, sets it up instead. Will Ashcroft hairs off into space. Got the sweet bounce. Now the setup. Up to Fulford's paw.
Gee, that is a horrible kick. Having said that, none of the forwards made a good enough effort to hit up. They didn't go early. They waited, and the Geelong players took away the dangerous space.
Sees the chance to go. Stengel to Cameron now.
Just quieting down Jezza after it looked like he was going to kick 10 in the opening quarter.
Just a conversation there between captain and vice on the bench. Humphries. Neil again. Oh, he's got it.
Look out.
That's one of the first times all of a sudden Harris Andrews' attention went to Shannon Neil and not the footy.
Yeah.
Side by side, he was looking for the body. All night he's attacked the footy. Watch him here, he just keeps looking at him.
If he finishes strongly here for his confidence, like he's already had one belting from Harris, he's getting owned again, and if he can finish strongly with a couple of goals and a couple of wins, they're doing the world of good.
His progress this year has been superb. 42 goals for the season. Neil from 45 metres out.
But, I mean, they may shape off again in 3 weeks' time.
They could.
So he's learning a few things now. Tricks of the trade, what to do against Harris Andrews when I'm being dominated. What worked for me?
Keep turning up. That's the other thing, isn't it? You just got to keep turning up.
Wilmot just checked himself. The second guessing didn't work. Mullen and Dempsey couldn't find the kick he was after. Trying to bring, well, the Neils are both involved. Wilmot finds the way past. Releases Lockie. There's a lot of second guessing going on, isn't there?
He's pulled up.
Yeah, he's limping.
What's he gone for? The right
ankle.
So that's a worrying moment.
That's just made a bad night worse.
Henry and Guthrie on the spreads. Medical staff are out with Lockie Neal now.
He's not trying to disguise this. He's not trying to push him away. Well, now he's trying to get on the trot.
It's been a hard path to get back here. 5 weeks of rehab. Bailey Smith is on the burst. That's nice to close.
Well, he needs to come off Lockie Neal because there's no chance of him being effective in any way, shape or form. His defensive effort there, he tried his heart out. He couldn't move.
Let's look at a coach that has realised that the night has just got as bad as it could get here.
So there's no point him staying out.
No, there's not.
So around the perimeter it comes for Myers.
Can only, if he has injured himself badly, can only do more damage.
Oh, rifle shot for Banner. He did well to handle it.
He pulls off some extraordinary kicks, Graham Myers, doesn't he? That's a worm burner.
Just on Lockie Neal, guys. You'd think if he's staying out there, it'd have to just be cramped, wouldn't it?
It was not cramped. It was not cramped when he grimaced and just stopped mid-run.
Yeah, but it is an interesting one. If it looked as bad as what it did, then you would head off.
You'd be coming off, wouldn't you?
Yeah, for sure. Maybe he knows, maybe he's had it before. Anyway.
Sean Manor showed last year that he was made for these finals, and he's followed through again tonight to get himself a goal. Not this time.
14 goals, 14 runs, 98.
Well, they cannot have wanted for much more, the Cats. They can't have been much more impressive. I know there's some footy still to be played here, but they put the Brisbane Lions away on a big, big stage.
I hope he's jogging off, Lockie, because you wouldn't be buying him at a yearling sale. Let me tell you right now.
I think he's getting roughly towards that vicinity, Jase.
He's getting there, but he's taking his time.
Yeah. He's coming on.
Finally.
They'll likely have to turn around in 7 days' time.
I think that says it all.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Wilmot squirms out of the tackle. Rayner goes straight back into the fire. Another smother. Smothers night it's been.
There's another great smother and tackle from Sean Manor. His desperation and physical.
All I can say, guys,
impact.
he put his head into his jumper and let out a nice swear word. So he's done something.
I think he said fruit, Moons.
Not cramp anymore, Moons. Here's Myers. Comes away. McCluggage, inventive by hands. Marshall the sub. Ashcroft. Archie, who was so superb in the finals last year, but Humphreys gets all the applause. And it's a hard watch, isn't it? Someone as well loved and respected as Lockie Neal.
Coach and captain contemplating what's to come.
He's had a massive night, by the way, Lockie Neal. He was the one that was driving them when the rest weren't.
McCluggage looked off it. Rayner kept the footy under his own control. Worked it around. Gardner, that's not much of a kick. Stengel steals and they all break to goal. What will Stengel do? He's gone for Manor. Just overkicked him. Andrews is right there. He wasn't quite able to get it out. So you have to find the adventurous hand pass. Fletcher, Berry.
Just treated Sean Manor with a bit of contempt there. Harris shoved him over.
McCluggage trying to find the way right through the middle of the ground. And Marshall got it from Dunkley. Kicks up for Lohman. And he can go back and take the shot at goal. Run around the corner, can't quite do that.
You're not on your line.
So you have to do it all over again. A couple of goals in the first half.
Ball triggered out. You're never on.
Question without notice, Gaz. Do you see any circumstances under which the Brisbane Lions can regather themselves and make a premiership tilt without Lockie Neal?
That's your line, man.
It's a long way back to the premiership from here. They've done it. They've proven that they can do it, but gee, they're down on a few numbers.
Kai Lohman for his third goal. And the Lions first of the final term. To the delight of the Geelong fans, he misses.
Having said that, we keep our fingers crossed because we don't want the best players missing. We want Lockie Neal playing every final that the Brisbane Lions are in.
Could be a cue clash.
But the body language isn't great.
Fist from Wilmot was effective. Driving ball right to the front from Berry. At the back, Martin going to be challenged here. It's a walk-in for Bailey. Bailey puts it through. The Lions will keep whacking away. And it's a big gap to bridge right now. It's back to 32 points though, so I guess theoretically there's time.
Been one of their better contributors, Zach Bailey. 25 possessions, he's kicked a goal. He's had plenty of bite and pace around the ground. Made a few errors along the way, but you know, he certainly gives it a decent run.
Well, you just see that Jack Martin peels off and goes straight to the marking contest. So he started side by side with him, went to the marking contest and left him on the ground. So it's not quite the defensive acts that we've come to see from this Geelong outfit. So whoever's run on the tape on Monday. Oh, so is that calf?
It's a calf, ice pack on the calf.
Well, if it's a calf, Jace, we ain't seen him again. Still these two go at it, so we need them to get involved in the contest just to liven things up again.
Under Lee's law, 6 goals in 10 minutes. The hub's on in the middle of the ground. Bowes taken to ground by Dunkley. Draconian and Fort doing their work. Smith. Oh, didn't throw it back to the umpire. Should be a free kick. So Fort's ball. Pretty straight up and down that one. Fort, well-weighted ball.
Great kick.
Trying to put Berry into space. He'll roll and send them in deep. Been a decent mark. Morris worked under it by Henry, and Henry takes the intercept mark.
What a player this fellow is.
Yep.
Doesn't matter who he plays on, tall, small.
He's reliable, isn't he? And between he and O'Sullivan and Stewart down back.
Stewart has orchestrated things, and he's had plenty of allies in that defensive 50. Humphries at various stages has been one of those, but he's outmarked by Will Ashcroft. So just trying to make it up, Will is. Zorko, right man for the kick, but not the kick that he was after. Stewart again repels.
He's been in terrific form leading into the finals, Tom Stewart, after an interrupted year.
6 intercept marks for Tommy Stewart. We saw Darcy Moore last night have 9, and he's having a similar impact on proceedings. Not that it's as tight as last night, but they've played into his hands.
Zorko, Marshall, Ashcroft. He had McCluggage on. He went longer, and that mark not completed by Martin, but the boundary line will do.
Well, there were a few questions coming in. You know, did the rather soft end of this home and away season through no fault of Geelong's, was it going to have an impact? Well, it hasn't had any. Not this is as good a pressure performance as we've seen from a Geelong team for a long time. So they're absolutely cherry ripe here. They're going to get another weekend off, and they're going to come back here for a prelim final and be enormously tough to toss. They've just ticked every box tonight. It's been super impressive.
Fort breaks clear with the tap. Bailey tries to help it on. Rayner dealt back out from Dunkley to Bailey. Lets a bit of traffic go past. Marshall, hounded by Atkins. Relentless pressure from the Cats. Rush ball, Bailey. Lohman, can he get it onto the boot? No, Dunkley can. And there's another one. And maybe the challenge is a bit more realistic now.
It takes some doing that, kicking a goal when you're backpedaling.
Back here and getting that much distance on the kick.
Yeah, you're going back at a rate of knots. You've got to stop and then generate enough power to get through the footy. It's damn good. It's a damn good goal.
Chris Fagan did reference post that preliminary final last year about the Cats' so-called soft lead into the finals. They'd have a soft kill at the end of the home and away, and they'd smash Port Adelaide, and he made his players believe that they could overrun them.
Yeah, it's important too that Brisbane finish strong. They can't just sit back and have a 35, 40-point loss and not really fire a shot. So, in terms of whoever they play next week, they want to be hitting the ground. They haven't wavered from the way they wanted to play. They continue to push and challenge. It's important they finish the next 7 minutes.
26 points is the deficit that they face. Bailey into the middle with Atkins.
Darcy's hand.
Hawks crash into each other early. Bowes can't get around Will Ashcroft. Some of these clearances have been hard won at various stages. Spike into open space. Gallup held up by O'Sullivan. A couple of the youngsters.
Rayner and Mark O'Connor down on the goal. There's been a sideshow in and of itself.
Yeah, it's been just going on and on.
It's non-stop.
But that's the discipline of Mark O'Connor. You come in, you get given a job, and he has done a damn good job. Let's forget the couple of gift goals from umpiring decisions. He has beaten Cam Rayner tonight, big time.
Berry's free kick. Dangerfield just a bit over-enthusiastic.
And he knows that he's playing for a position in a team that's going to go preliminary final, possibly grand final. He wants to be a part of it.
Wilmot and Leicester to give the forwards a look deep. Up goes Lohman. Down stays Zorko, and he hasn't got his snap online. 25 points.
Saw Brisbane come back from about 20 points down with just over a minute to go against Sydney. A month out from the end of the home and away season. So they'll have to retain some sort of belief.
You might be clutching at straws, Anthony.
Stewart.
He did see the miracle on grass, though.
True.
Martin. Berry denies. Archie. Wilmot. Hasn't got much of the ball there. Myers teasing and tossing it out to Dangerfield. Down the line. Here's Neil and Andrews again.
Holding. Brisbane.
Taking the jump was enough.
He's one of the best at playing in front, Harris Andrews. He takes front position and so good at holding it and using it to advantage.
Zorko. He'll find anyone.
That's a heck of a kick.
It is. Just
33 touches, Dane Zorko.
And he runs past for another. Maybe even one more. No, Wilmot goes his own squeak way. Plays it forward to Leicester, to Rayner. You know what's coming if he kicks this. Oh! Geelong fans will well remember that left boot from about that position in the preliminary final last year.
Exactly. Deja vu going through everyone's mind.
The heart of the Lions is pumping. They are giving their all to the end. A sustained period of attack, and they're 4 goals neat down inside the final 6 minutes. Holmes a bit half-hearted down the line. Berry charged the footy, can't keep it in the field of play. He got pushed though, so it'll come back.
As he kicked it. Just feels like the Cats have gone into a little bit of wind the game down.
I think they're tiring, Jace. I think such has been their effort and their defensive efforts and their tackling and their pressure. I think it's taken a bit out of them. They're probably feeling the pinch of it.
Searching for the line. They saw Jess Hull lose the unlosable.
Oh, wow.
Not long ago. That is an expansive kick into the middle, and the Cats are trying to muster numbers. Manor got dragged without it. I suppose in these circumstances you have to try absolutely everything.
Well, he had a couple of square-up options a little shorter than the one he went for. He ended up kicking it to a 1 against 2.
Zorko trying to close the space to Bowes. Forced him to drop the mark, but Atkins is off out the front. He'll find Stengel. The opportunity to go back and shut it all down. Cramp.
Bit of cramp for Sean Manor.
Sacking in the big ones. Tyson Stengel, goalless tonight. He's been a bit wayward recently. 9-14 in his past 5 games.
14 goals, 14 boys.
To end any thoughts of the ludicrous.
11 goals, 8 points for them.
Tyson Stengel. To drive the nail in. It just won't work back. Won't quite get there either without the assistance of Harris Andrews. It's the 6th rush behind. And most of them have been off the fist of the captain.
Zorko takes off. Archie and Berry and to Koning with emphasis. Close. Tom Atkins.
This will be a popular goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tommy Atkins kicks this. He's had a fantastic season. And whilst we've lauded the tackling game of everyone in Geelong, this is the best tackler in the competition right here.
And if you listen to Chris Scott, listen to his teammates, they rave about not just his tackling, his overall performance and what he means to this team.
An emergency back in the 2020 grand final team. Hasn't life changed since then for Tom Atkins? Already a premiership player. He might just have sent the Cats into a home preliminary final. They can breathe easy now, the Cats, barring maybe a double or a triple goal. I think they're there.
Well, that is one side of the story that's not going to, well, it will be talked about and debated a lot, but it's not going to have the ramifications that it may otherwise have had the end of that first half of footy, which had everyone in the stadium and around the country just shaking their head.
Which I think makes the Cats' performance even better, guys.
Well, indeed, because they were on such a tear then that they were lining up for their 5th in a row, and really, those 2 goals from Maynard sort of separated us. 8-goal run that just blew the game right open. 86,364 at the home of footy for the first of the finals.
The Lions down the wrong side of Lee's Law. And they're dancing in the aisles, having been booing for the best part of 2 hours. McCluggage gets it up near Cameron. Guthrie's beaten him off the ground. Rayner gets it near the teeth of goal. Henry athletically backed his own abilities, gave it off to Dempsey. Stewart danced his way out and threaded the pass beautifully to Dangerfield. So the two leaders central to it. Jai Clark is just getting warmed up down on the bench. He's going to get on in a qualifying final for a couple of minutes, perhaps.
A tough ask for Jai Clark to come on and have an impact.
Stengel's taking contested marks.
Well, we don't know who he's come on for. Jack Martin sitting at the back of the bench at the moment, but he's been on his feet for the last 3 minutes, busting his chops to get on.
he knows he's going to have to do about 50 laps if he doesn't get on and have a run.
Neil launched himself, couldn't take the mark. A bit eager not to take possession underneath. Two goals each in this final term. Fourth straight to the boundary. So Brisbane back to the Gabba for a semi-final against the winner of Fremantle and Gold Coast. A long way through to the other side of the draw, should they be successful against Collingwood here at the G. See if they can still get back here.
Two big prelims at the G, Jared, in front of monster crowds.
Terrific tackle from Dangerfield. Yes, with Collingwood and Geelong as your hosts, you'll top 90,000 for both.
Yep.
It's a bit of a throwback to the days of old. No one will come off to let poor old Jai Clark on. You can see the humour in it. Close on the move at the stoppage. Didn't get much on the kick. Dempsey towed it on. McCluggage taken down by Atkins. Next to his tackle numbers.
Hasn't had a minute to breathe, Jim McCluggage, for the entire match.
He's had 4 kicks.
Yeah, they've done a job on him. 14 possessions, but 4 kicks at 50% efficiency.
There's not quite 86,000 here now because a lot of the Lions fans have left. Play on. It was touched maybe off the boot. But the Cats fans that remain are in full voice.
As well they should be. Their team have done them proud tonight.
Cameron looking for a free. He set things going in the first quarter. As wayward as he was, kicked 2 goals. And it's going to be hard to get to 100 now. I don't think he'll mind at all. The Geelong chant. Oh, Dangerfield. Athletic, but fierce as always. Bailey Smith. Blitzarves. Berry. Close. Taken high. Great Close will get the opportunity, maybe to kick the last.
They don't look like letting up. It's been impressive. Collingwood were impressive last night, but I think we're looking at the new premiership favourites tonight in Geelong. This has been a superb performance, a dominant performance in every aspect of the game. And with Tom Stewart back marshalling the defensive side of the game, they look a different mob.
A great club for almost 20 years.
Can he do it?
Brad Close. Geelong fans rise around the MCG. Starting to check their phones and look for the details about how to get preliminary final tickets. The Cats will host along with Collingwood. First got beaten last night, second won't this evening.
It's just the ability to reinvent themselves, to maintain a strong squad and to continually change the way they play to fit the modern game. If you're a Cats supporter in the 21st century, you've got a lot to be excited about. You just keep getting treated to incredible performances year after year after year where you put yourself into contention, and they've done it again in the finest fashion tonight.
You've got 25, 26-year-old Geelong supporting Red Squirrel.
Oh, haven't you? Absolutely right.
They've built their lead at every change. Just the final minute to run out. Bailey Smith leant in, Dudley went with him. Atkins is tackled relentlessly as he has done all year.
5 seconds left.
De Koning's done his bit in the ruck. Myers inventive, still somehow it worked. Blitzarves gives it off to Clark, the sub unselfish to Stengel. That will win him so many plaudits. And Stengel around the corner adds a behind.
That's a little bit sloppy. He just hasn't got himself back in goal-kicking form, Tyson Stengel, has he? Had a couple of opportunities tonight.
So Jai Clark's going to have one disposal, tremendously effective, team-oriented.
Should have been a goal assist, Jared.
Behind assist.
Yes.
Did himself in the end. Lohman set himself. Holmes set the tone in that third term. It'll be lionised what he was able to do when he got on the run. Jeremy Cameron, 7 shots at goal for 2 majors. Andy Smith's worked his way in after being quite early. Blitzarves just couldn't quite create, and he goes holding the ball.
Talk about Jeremy Cameron. Jared, he's kicked himself out of 100, hasn't he?
He has. He has. Tumultuous nights. Geelong have turned the tables on the champs. They put all the advantages of September, and they forced the Lions to go the long way round the mountain. Geelong bound for a home preliminary final at the MCG.
The Collingwood and Geelong straight into the preliminary final, guys. We'll see who's plays next week.
Lachie Neale's a sad sub-story to this, and soon enough he'll be the major story as the Lions look towards their semi-final at home. Geelong built their lead from 12 to 15 to 31 to 38 through the breaks. 16-16, 112, defeating Brisbane 11-8, 7.
Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure to make these videos of the finals. Career comes down to the wire, always down to the wire. It's like, I don't know what to say, but like, yeah, so basically, Geelong and Collingwood are straight to the preliminary final, so, don't know who's gonna verse Collingwood and Geelong yet. We don't even know who's versing LA Crows. God's sake. LA Crows is going to be versing the winner of GWS or Hawthorn, I think. And then it's Fremantle Port Goko Suns. The winner of that goes plays Brisbane Lions. That's what I get, but like don't know yet. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Will be tomorrow, and the elimination final 2. I'm just gonna call it number 2 because that's what they call it on the app. But anyway, guys, I'll see you guys later.